This is a presentation of Northeast Streaming Sports.
I am muted. Uh-oh. Let me check that by Instagram back on. I hope I didn't screw up my Instagram. Damn, that would suck. I was just on Instagram. Hey, Big Play Slay, good to see you. New subscriber, good to see you. Thank you for subscribing. Good to see everybody in here. See, I had my Instagram on. I had my Instagram on. Wow. That's a picture of the Allie Ray. She's a hottie. I don't know why my live went blank. But, shit happens. New subscriber, Big Play Slay. Where are you from there, Big Play? Oh, okay. Cesar, Raider Nation Wrecking Crew in Tijuana. Good to see you. Raider Yogi. Okay, thank you there. That's right. Okay, so you came over. Thank you there, brother. We're going to talk about that as well. Matthew 72007. If you see Matthews on YouTube, what the fuck, man? Instagram keeps popping me out. So at least I know that I am on here. Okay? Don't know why that Instagram keeps shutting off. Instagram keeps shutting off. I'm going to try this again. Instagram is a courtesy. I try to do things as a courtesy. Okay? And, okay, so I'm back on. I don't know why. It says now I'm live again. Hey, if you're catching me, I don't know what happened. I'm talking to the Instagram folks right now. Don't know what happened. Come on over to YouTube. See, this is why I said people to come on over to YouTube, because shit happens on Instagram. Okay, so I got that going on. I got, do I see any bots? Oh, shit. Where were the bots? See, I had my where the hell is the oh, there it is. Okay. There's the chat. Okay, so I had the chat popped out. So I need to you're wrong, Tito. Captain isn't. No, I am wearing pants. I am wearing pants. Okay. I'm on mute now. Hi, Cat. Okay, yeah. I'm good now. We'll say stuff happens. Stuff happens. I will prove to you in a minute that I'm wearing pants. Okay. I will tell. No, I'm here. I'm wearing pants. Okay. See? Let me get my chair here. Got a lot of stuff here. Okay. See? I am wearing pants. I am wearing pants. Just because it's uncensored does not mean that all the time I'm in my underwear or whatever. Okay, so I just wanted to let you know. Yeah, George Carlin quote in the intro is classic. Thank you there, Todd. Thank you there, Facebook user. Definitely. And again, it's Raiders season all the time, but you know, I said that it's not the off season for the Raiders because there is no such thing as an off season. There is no such thing as an off season. It's just when the Raiders aren't actively playing. Philip from Jersey on Instagram, thank you for joining. Hot Meal, thank you for coming in. Again, if you're on Instagram, I don't know what happened to my feed. Shit happened. Come on over to YouTube. It's Captain Jack Rackham. You're always in underwear when you're live. I will admit, a lot of times, 50-50. 50-50. Through hell, we probably have some type of pants. Yeah, hey, don't talk to me about my Flyers. I am a true fan, okay? I am a true fan of my team even when they suck. And the Flyers this year suck, okay? Raider Cortez is in here. Am I off? What happened? Just don't say. No, I can stand up. I'm going through these real quick. Heard me with Patrick Graham today, and and he is a very smart man. I think he is my new favorite to get the DC position. Jason, I saw that as well. And God, the voice of God says he laughs, which is good. No más pantalones. No, I'm wearing pants. Hello from Central Missouri. G-Mike is in the house. Sometimes pajamas because Stu is always on. Yeah. Love Stu. And yeah, Chris Lentz did see my blue boxers the one time. If I'm going to show my underwear, let me do, by the way, who's the guy? And Chronicles is on. Who is the guy with the beard product? Because I want some of that. I want some of that beard product because I am doing. I admit it. My step granddaughter sent me some for Christmas. She sent me like a beard kit, which was nice, and it has new product. But I have like old beard product I haven't used like ever. So I'm going through. Let me get my hat straight here. There you go. That's right. I haven't used all of it, so I'm using up my old product first. And but I do need some. But you see that this is a lot nicer than it because a lot of the times it's more scraggly, but it's nice. Top Shelf. Okay, tell Top Shelf I'd like to have some. Doc's nose. Okay, yeah, I do. Who would want to look sharp on their channel? I mean, really, who doesn't want to look sharp on their channel? Again, if you're on Instagram, see if there's anybody else over here. No, we got everybody. That's fine. Come on over to YouTube. Please come on over to YouTube. I do want to look sharp. And here's the other thing. I said we got plenty to talk about tonight. Because, like I said, just because the Raiders aren't actively playing doesn't mean that there isn't thing to talk about. Thanks, Jace. You always look sharp too. I do want to make sure my beard was looking good. Everybody's crazy about a sharp dressed man. Yeah, I got it. Oh, somebody's popping with me. Oh, okay. And Violator just hit me up on Messenger on Facebook. So yeah, which reminds me, make sure you go to Sultan Mir's channel tomorrow night, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific on Sultan Mir's channel. Myself, Violator, Docs, Stu, I think Raider Squid. Those are the 5 that I know about. 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific. Watching on Sultan Mir's channel. It is a get together. Spanisan Boricua. I know who you are. Thank you for showing up. Hot Neil, thank you for there. Philip from Jersey. I'm still trying to wave to you. I don't know why. I don't know what the fuck happened to my I don't know what the hell. Okay. Fuck hell. Whatever. Oh, and Jimmy Farrell. Okay. Almost done. Yeah, I want to report on that. And again, and here's something else, Bishop, if you can, sir, as one of my men of faith here, please say a prayer for Jimmy Farrell and his girlfriend who did the long trek from somewhere in New York over to the Pittsburgh area. They are moving into their brand new house. And I wanted to send some positive prayers to them on their brand new, existence, casa, things like that. So if you can, sir, I know. I don't want to. I mean, I talk with you about other things, but I always would like to use what the good tidings that you have, and because you're right next to the God. You are right next to God. Townhouse. Okay. So we'll talk about. Okay. There you go. Thank you. This is for you, Jimmy Farrell. It's done. In Jesus Christ's mighty name, amen and hallelujah. I think that's hallelujah, right? That's what that means, hallelujah? Or praise the Lord. It's one or the other. It's not watch your language like, no, whoa. No, you don't have to. Hang on a second here. Well, we're, Hot Neil, wait a second. Hot Neil, I will allow you to call in. But let me at least get my fucking introduction done. Okay? I didn't even do my intro yet. Okay? I need to roll into it, man. I need to roll into it. Okay? I need to have like a smooth transition. Because we're going to talk about a bunch of different things. Okay? You can call in a little bit, man, but damn, fucking A, man. Give me some fucking chance to just, to bring it down, get a mood going, get a groove going, okay? It is Raise the Roof, and it is Hallelujah, and Hallelujah. I thought it was, in Jesus' name, okay. Hey, Todd Wise, rack 'em up. You don't have to call in, Jason Dean. You usually show up via video anyway. Yeah, no Roku. And here's the other thing. I'll be honest, man. I'm tired. Because I did my regular shows, and I'm going to try to do the uncensored shows at least once. I'm going to try to do uncensored shows once a week. So this way we can blow off steam. We don't have to worry about saying fuck. Okay, we can say fuck on these shows. When you see uncensored, okay. Please remember it is uncensored. Now, when I have my regular shows, please remember to watch your mouth because I have to push it to the network. It's a small network, Northeast Streaming Sports. Okay. And then I push it to Roku, and there are rules. So I try to abide by the rules. And Joanna, see, this is why I didn't want to take a call right away because I'm getting your thoughts and feelings. Okay. Joanna says, I'm very upset we didn't sign Gus Bradley. Tell you the truth, I can't remember when our defense was pretty decent. It's been years. So if the defense sucks this season, oh, man. I think she's saying, oh, man. No, you don't. You can vent because that's what – Joanna, please come into the show. You can vent via comments and you can vent via the chatter. The one thing I will say as well, please, please, please. Please, please, please. comment after the show. Comment after the show. The more comments that you make, the more interactive it is. The more interactive it is, the more that gets out there, and we have more people coming in to join our family. Okay. And Matt Marinovich always gives good comments. I'm going to show that. DC position still up in the air. Giants, Graham, Bears. It's Soleil, Mayo, New England. All three are upgrades. I agree. Okay. And this is the other thing, Joanna, to kind of calm you down a bit. We went from 31st to 27th, which is an upgrade. Okay. But how much? I mean, we need a top 16. I'll go. There's 32 teams in the NFL. We need to be at least in the top half of the league. We were not. And that's why I want an upgrade. Okay. I wanted an upgrade. Okay. And thank you there, big boy. Please, if you like what you see, light them up, throw the likes out there. Share this broadcast. Share the broadcast. Share the broadcast. And yeah, you can listen. You can listen, Joanna. That's fine. Michael Guerrero, permission to come aboard. And I'll say this from what Todd said as well, is, yeah, Gus is cool. Rich Bisaccia is cool. But, I mean, I would rather have a coach that's better than just aight. He aight. Rich Bisaccia, heck out. Yeah, he aight. You don't win Super Bowls with aight. I got my first bot for the night. Okay. Big boy, the link to become a member is right. If you're watching on YouTube, and here's the other thing. If you are watching on YouTube and you are watching on Apple, I can't help you. And for some fucking reason, and I will say fucking reason, okay. For some fucking reason, Apple does not like the join button. It doesn't show it, okay? It won't show it. So, let's make sure I'm missing nothing. Okay, Preston Huntsman, good to see you. Canes, 232, please come over. Please come over to YouTube. Please come over to YouTube. If you're watching on Facebook, I appreciate you being on Facebook. Please come over to YouTube. Okay? Hollywood's in the house as well. When you're watching on YouTube on a non-iPhone, okay, or a Microsoft computer, log into your YouTube account, log into my show, and you will see join. When you see join, it'll say you can join the channel, and then there's the $5 a month. I got to get my fucking patch. Oh well, I can show it from my here. Okay, here's the patch. Okay, for $5 a month, it's regular ships coming. If for $10 a month, you get a patch. Okay. Get a really nice patch. I mean, that's showing for the audience there. I'm showing it for the folks that are on Instagram. Okay. You get one Captain Jack patch as well. Okay. And it was cold in Florida. I was actually having to wear this a little bit, but I'm okay now. I'm going to make sure I'm not going to fuck up my board. Yeah, Ruckus, I get it. I don't have to worry as much about, the thing. I like all shows, man. I do. I like all shows, but I don't have to worry about such. And you guys and gals, mates and wenches, you guys can understand this, that there are things that I can have to do, and there's only such people. And Jason Thomas says, I want a coach to be a leader of men and hire the right personnel. And Hot Neil, man, I'm not mad at you, man. It's just that chill, man. Chill. Okay. So again, if you want to be a member of the channel, push join. $5 a month gets you again. There are bennies that go with it. at the end of the year, and I have it on my channel. At the end of the year, you get a nice certificate, okay, for your membership as well. But there are other benefits, but I will tell you about them when you're a member. For $10 a month, you get the patch and double the benefits, which I will tell you about when you're a member. And then at the end of the year, you get a certificate as a ship's crewman member. You also get a certificate as a Chief's Mess member, plus you also get an anchor pin. And of course, you get the patch as well. Okay. And thanks, Ruckus. I appreciate that. And Jeff Arguello is talking about a whole team restructure. I don't think so. But, Mark Davis has not called me and stated, hey, yo, Cap, I'm thinking about doing some things here, so I wanted to get your opinion on it. He did not do that. And if he did, he didn't leave a message. Okay? He didn't leave a message. That's fine. Okay. Improvement. We cannot win playoff games with a prevent defense. Yeah, that's for sure. No blitz and give a fourth downs. Oh, and that was the last game against the friggin' Garglers. And I don't think you do restructure. Hey, Hollywood, it's month by month. It's just the way it's done via the YouTube thing. It's month by month. I don't think you can pay for a year in advance, but I mean, if you figure it out, it's what, 5 times 12 is $60 a year for ship's crew. I think that's right. 12, 24, 48, 60, and 120 is the yearly membership for ship's company, and you get your patch that way. And again, you get the certificate, and there are benefits that I will talk about as well when you come in board. But please, come on board that way. And again, and here's the other thing. And I'm going to put this up. Okay, here it is. Every time you spend $5 via Super Chat or Super Sticker, okay, $5 via the Cash App, which I prefer, by the way, or $5 friends and family on PayPal, that gets you an entry into the Captain Jack treasure chest of prizes. See all that stuff behind me? Underneath the picture of, what is it? Is it Gene Upshaw? Yeah, Gene Upshaw's picture. There's a Raiders hat there. There's a big box of stuff. And there's also some more stuff over here. There's stuff that's all in my room, okay? You get an entry for prizes, okay? Every time you give a $5 donation via Super Chat or Super Sticker, and I think Doc's had a dissertation on that the other night about how YouTube takes 30% of everything. Which is why I say I prefer the $5 Cash App at Captain Jack Rackham or the $5 Friends and Families. I get all that. It's nice. Thank you. So you can do that. So again, that is for entries into the Captain Jack's Treasure Chest of Prizes. Join the channel as well. The join button is on YouTube. If you have an Apple computer, I can't help you. I tell people this. You got to go to a Microsoft computer or an Android app and sign in there. That's the only thing I can tell you. I apologize. Apple fucking sucks. Okay? Apple fucking sucks. And I can say that. Because I used to do shows on Apple as well. And, it was like I was doing play-by-play, and it was on Apple. I had to buy a friggin' iPad. I bought a friggin' iPad to do the fucking shows. And I told the guy, hey, you would have more people if you did this on Android. He's like, yeah, just gave me the fucking Heisman. Good, nice guy, but he gave me the Heisman. And then when I was going to the games this year, I stopped doing it because I was like, I don't have time to watch the game and have my big old fucking iPad. That's another reason why, because it's a big old fucking iPad, and broadcast the game at the game when I'm really excited. Okay. So maybe if they do the Android thing, which I told them about, then maybe that'll happen, and I'll go back to doing it. Okay, I'm putting the phone numbers up. I'm putting the link up. Okay, and there are some answers to the questions because people are already answering it. Okay, who's up for defensive coordinator? The answer is right there. You got the Patrick Graham, who's the Giants DC. Sean Desai, who is the Bears DC, unemployed, available. Jared Mayo, who's the linebacker coach, who might come in here as the, could be the DC, but I would prefer him being the assistant head coach, linebackers coach, and have somebody that's got a little more. I like Jared Mayo, but he's got to, I think it might be a bit much. Okay. So I got, and of course I knew this. My shipmate in crime would almost always be that. And actually, he was not the first person in the other night, which was amazing because two people beat him in. What is it? Can't remember who they were. Well, actually, Jason Goff was one, and then were you after Jason Goff? Let's. You know what? Let's get the motherfucker in here. We'll start it off right here. I got three people in the backstage. Okay, I'm gonna start with the. What the fuck are you eating, man? Jesus Christ!
No, I'm pulling out tobacco and rolling the bag and sealing it back up.
I thought you were
a cigarette.
Okay, I thought you were like eating some like potato chips or something because it had that. Okay.
No, I got a bag. Hey, man, bring other people in while I'm in, man. Don't make them wait. Fuck it.
No. See, here's the thing, and I want to say this as well. I like one-on-one. At most two people talking at the same time, and just like everybody else on Johnny Carson and everybody else, one guest interaction. Go to the next seat and you go in because this means that I give my undivided attention and we roll over people.
I don't want your undivided attention. And if you could bring in somebody cool, that's cool too.
Well, that's fine, but I want your undivided attention, asshole, because I'm talking with you right now. Okay? Because we are going to, after Daniel leaves, and by the way, you can also call in because obviously you heard that the phone number works because what is it? I forget his name. Hot Neil was trying to call in. Hot Neil, geez, fucking A, give me a break. So the phone number works, 813-609-0834. We got Daniel in here. Vinny is coming in after Daniel, then Jason D, then God. In that order.
Okay, well, I like all these people you're talking about. Like,
yeah,
it'd be fun to shoot the shit with them.
Yeah, and but we will do it on our show on Tuesdays, every other Tuesdays. What's the name of the show, Daniel?
Shit Kickers in Desperation. Chronicles of the Black Hole.
That's right. And we'll do that. We'll do that.
Fuckers with a lot of shit to bitch about.
Yeah, well, you can bitch and see. The other thing is though, it's like I like to line them up, and we got another guy. Who else is here? Okay, yeah, Browns by Jacob, and I asked him to be here because I want to hear from him. The tight end coach of the Browns is interviewing for the OC spot, and I want to hear from him about that. So that's
okay, but you could bring in one more fucking guy. It'd be cool as shit.
Well, like I said, I one-on-one. I got you. I got you, babe. I like doing.
So Monday night, I need you to come on my show with Raider Joe because we need another pendejo, and you're a pendejo, obviously.
Okay, man. Do I have to do the whole show? And the reason why I ask is that I don't have a break.
No, we'll probably send them over to your show afterwards.
No, I don't have a show on Monday. That's what
you're gonna fucking have one now. No, I'm just kidding.
I wanted the day off, assholes. That's why I would, yeah. It's not that I wanted to sleep. Well, Jason says sleep when I die. I'm doing the show tonight. Okay. Then I'm doing the show for Salt and Mirror tomorrow. Then I'm doing my Sunday show on Sunday. And then
There's
I'm coming
plenty
on
of
your
rest
show on
in
Monday.
the grave. There's plenty of rest in
And
the
all
grave
you
when you die.
giving me fucking goddamn more fucking heart strain. I'm going to be in the fucking grave before I know it. Okay?
And you act like that's something that's bad. Look, we're all going to the grave eventually.
Yeah, but I'd like to put it off for a little bit.
Just make the most of the shit. Fuck it. Live now.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I do like this. I'm going to show this from Ruckus. Your show together should be called Two Shots of Jack.
I got a couple. How about a couple of jack-offs? How about that, Ruckus? A couple of jack-offs. Right now, Cam's laughing, going, that's not a fucking bad idea.
It's not a bad idea. Hey, if you're on Instagram, head over to YouTube. I'm going to say this, okay? I appreciate the warm-up. Do you have anything to say that you want to impart about the defensive coordinator? You're just gonna, or you want, or I tell you what you can do. We'll tell you what you can do. Okay, you can hang in the back. We'll talk about it, and then if you have any further thoughts at the end, I can bring you up on before you get tired.
Okay, I'll hang in the back. I'm good with that. But Densai, which most people can't spell or pronounce in Raider Nation, which is sad. Not as good as the Giants guy. I got a reason for that.
Okay.
But I'll hang in the back. And if you want to bring someone else on, bro, it'd be nice. I like talking to people.
I know. But like I said, we'll do that. And also there's the two Pendeo shows. There's the Outhouse show that you have, right? That's all yours, brother.
Yeah, Dos Pendejos is me and Raider Joe, which we're going to do Monday night. Welcome to Grandpa's Outhouse is Let's Shoot the Shit Old School Raiders.
Right.
Yeah, if you ain't got an outhouse, you don't have to shoot the shit old school.
That's right. I'm gonna let you go backstage. I'm gonna bring Vinny on, and I'm gonna bring Jason Dean on, and then I'm gonna bring you back on because I want to hear your thoughts because I know that Vinny's got some thoughts. I know Jason Dean's got some thoughts.
I kind of like to come back on with Jason Dean, but okay.
Okay, well, I will let you come on when we do that transition.
Yeah, because Jason's cool as shit.
Well, I know he's cool as shit. I don't hang with people that aren't cool as shit.
Oh, yeah, you do. You hang with me, and I'm fucking old, so, just saying.
Okay. And I was saying, Matthew said that this Desai, is it Desai? How the fuck do you pronounce his name?
Densai.
Densai. So there's like a silent N?
Nobody in the Raider Nation knows how to fucking spell or pronounce. It's weird. Densai.
Oh, so it's Densai?
Yeah, Densai.
Okay, well, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen an N. That's why I asked.
Well, we got a collection of retards that I love them, but oh my god.
Okay, so it's Densai. Okay, that's fine. Oh, we got somebody. We got Raphael coming in as well. So I'm gonna.
Oh yeah, get Raphael in me. I love Raphael.
In order. I'm gonna get everybody.
I got it.
All right, brother. We'll see you in a little bit. Hang
Take
out.
me the fuck out. Bring me in when it's time.
I'm gonna hang out. You're gonna hang out with you can come in with Jason. Okay. Before we got that, we're gonna get to Vinny though. Okay. Vinny, we could say fuck tonight.
Fuck yeah, we can.
Yeah, there you go.
So how you been up to, man?
I'm good. So are you not working on Fridays?
Oh, I'm off today. Actually, I called a game, broadcasted the game for my school, Cal State East Bay right now, which I'm in a hotel room right now in Hayward because I got a doubleheader Saturday tomorrow.
Cool.
So that is my second job that I'm at.
Okay. So,
but no, if I'm going to get a chance to catch a show that I'm not working on, and all I know is it doesn't matter who they bring in. This has to be a hit for defensive coordinator.
Okay.
I love to have the guy from the Bears, but then again, he did have the "He Who Shall Not Be Named" as
50
a player. I don't know about Gerard Mayo because he hasn't been a coach for that long. I say maybe a few more, couple more seasons, and then maybe you might try to bring him as a defensive coordinator. But then again, we had a linebacker coach that came from Seattle to become defensive coordinator, and he was pretty horrible. So
No, he would have had to improve to be pretty horrible. He was god fucking awful. He would have to improve. Yeah, no, that's.
And I still, to this day, said Jack Del Rio got rid of the wrong coordinator after that 2016 season.
Well, yeah, he should have gotten rid of fucking Downing.
No, it wasn't Downing. He replaced Downing with Musgrave.
No. He replaced Musgrave with Downing.
With Downing, yeah, which is a mistake. That's what he got rid of the wrong coordinator, which should have been K and J. That should have been gone.
Oh, I agree. But because he was fed some. From what I read, both Mark Davis along with Del Rio was fed some bullshit by Mike. Mike, what's his Mike, the coach that used to coach for the Mike Tice. Mike Tice was eating some bad fucking shit.
That was a horrible hire too.
True, meathead, fucking meathead, man.
He couldn't even come. I don't even know how he even got to the playoffs once as a head coach, but.
Yeah, and again, Ed, I don't say his name only until he comes back. It's when he pulls a Woodson, okay, and he gets his jersey back. Then I will wear all those jerseys. I don't hate the guy. I just didn't like the way he left. That's my beef with him. That's my beef with him. Okay. And Wild Turkey, thank you for popping in at work. Appreciate it, brother, and push this as well. So, do you have any preference in Densai or Graham or like I said, because it's not going to be Mayo. I don't think. I think Mayo might come over as like an assistant.
Densai, only because, as I said, he's had success over. He's had success with Chicago already, but Graham I could take too.
I think we're definitely going to improve. And for those that didn't hear, Bradley is now the defensive coordinator for the Colts. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, the Colts had a very good defense last year. Year. I don't know who he's replacing, but and Jason Dean, well, I'm not going to show it yet because Jason, I'm going to have you say your comment. You can read Jason's comment, but I'm not going to show it to people on the screen. Because again, you're only as good as the players underneath you.
True.
Yeah. So, what's your thoughts? Okay, you have no preference really for DJ. It's going to be an upgrade.
You got to hit. That's all I know. Is like it doesn't matter who you hire. You got to hit on this one.
I agree. Raider Mob.
I'm going to tell you something. I'm still not sold on the McDaniels hire.
Ooh, okay.
I'm not sold yet. But the one thing that I do like. One thing I do like is the fact that he says, "You know what? I need to work
on my people skills."
Yeah, not just that, but also that he wants to fix what he did wrong in Denver to be more successful here. And he did admit it was a fumble.
Yeah, but see, that's party line, man. There was no way in hell you were coming to the press conference and saying, "Oh no, Brady didn't fumble." Come on.
Before what they said, that was even before that he went to Mark Davis straight up and said it was a fumble.
Yes, but see, that was the perfect icebreaker. That was the before he even had the meeting. That was a wonderful way to ingratiate yourself to the owner. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. And if he didn't do it then, he would have if he didn't see him then, he would have done it in the interview. Said, first off, I'd like to say it was a fumble. I mean, obviously he had that icebreaker prepared. Yeah,
that's why I got to give him that, though.
Yeah, he had it prepared. Because I tell you what, in Robert Kraft's office, there is that picture of Woodson hammering the ball with Gruden saying it was a fumble. It's in his office. It's in his fucking office, and that's why.
Yeah, but it shows you what kind of guy Robert Kraft really is.
Well, yeah, he's definitely.
I mean, the guy put himself out there in trouble,
right,
to get laid.
I get you. So let me ask you: do you have any? Oh, by the way, Eagles is in here. I was in his show last night. If you want to get some good quality NFC content, although we're not playing them for a while, but anytime you want to get some good NFC content from Philly guys who you know are going to cuss, go over to Eagles Uncensored podcast. Okay. Joanne. No, see, here's the other. That's probably why. No, he got the job because he had a fantastic interview. Interview. That's for sure. Now, I got to ask, do you know, other than Joe Judge, do you know of any other, actually the guy that is the special teams coordinator for the Giants who's out there right now, okay, who is a very good special teams guy because he interviewed for the spot in Chicago. That was the same spot that Bisaccia interviewed for, okay. He's still out there too, so there's still some good special teams guys out there. So I like Joe Judge. I like that whoever the guy's name is. I don't have.
If Judge comes in just for that capacity, I'll be okay with it.
Yeah, well, no, and it would be Joe Judge would come in as special teams guy, but he does have the head coaching experience, which would be something good to have on your staff.
Yes. I don't know who else I would have right now as a special teams coach. You don't hear too many of them out there until they become like a head coach or in Bisaccia's case, the interim coach.
Yeah. Todd Wise, we're not getting Pep Hamilton. Even though Harbaugh is going back to Michigan with his hat in hand and tail between the legs, I don't think Hamilton will leave that because you know what? I don't know if, and I might be wrong, I don't know if McDaniel will reach out to him, okay? Because McDaniel did reach out to the tight ends coach for the Browns, and that's why I'm going to talk to Browns by Jacob about after Jason Dean comes on. So we'll get into that a little bit. So we'll see what he has to say about that. And Ed Winchell, I'm going to tell you that we hired an assistant GM because the guy just was awesome in his interview.
Yeah, that's why I heard they were impressed with him.
He was awesome in his interview, and the Raiders have never had an assistant GM. So it's kind of like getting a double 2-for-1 on GMs that actually are good to go and will give you positive things there. So I'm very happy that we hired Kelly as the assistant GM. That's why we hired him. So, but Vinny, I'm going to let you go with this.
All right, man.
Any last minute? And Mob Boss, come on over to YouTube, brother. Come to YouTube, Mob Boss. I want you on the show.
Minute?
Yeah.
Well, Raider Nation, let's go. Hopefully we have a good season coming up. Hopefully we could follow up the season with a better season. And one more thing I want to leave you off with. A big old yarg!
Yarg, you fucker!
All right. See ya, mofos.
By the way, thank you for the $5 donation as well, Vinny. Thank you for that. Remember, every $5 you spend is a lottery ticket per se on the wheel for the Captain Jack treasure chest of prizes. I'm going to get to Jason Dean next. Jason Dean, you are on, sir. Like I said, I saw your comment. It was great, but I wanted you to talk about it first. Jason Dean, you're on.
I hear ya. Don't yell at me.
Okay. Oh. Pardon moi.
How you
Pardon
doing,
moi.
Captain?
How you doing, sir? What's up with you tonight?
I'm good. Nothing. Just watching wrestling because that's what I do. Because I'm a big wrestling mark. I love my wrestling.
Who's
And
on? Who's
talking to you, my friend.
No. Who's on? Who's on wrestling?
Oh, I was watching SmackDown. I'm about to transfer to AEW now.
Okay. Sorry, don't watch it. And
That's
it's
okay.
okay.
I'm a big
Yeah.
wrestling mark. I get a lot of flack because of it, but it's better to watch wrestling than to go out and kill people. So
And Todd loves your flannel, brother.
it's a onesie.
It's a one.
It is. Look, it's got a
Really?
zip. It zips. It's a onesie.
Okay.
I got it for Christmas.
That's awesome. That's awesome,
know.
man.
Well, because
Okay.
it's so cold in Texas now, so
That's right. Now, and what's the temperature up there?
it's probably in the 30s, maybe 20s right now.
Okay.
Yeah, it sucks.
Okay. By the way, expect a text message from me later on. I want to ask you something about people that you know that would. I want to reach out to my brother, Jason Dean, to reach out to somebody else, to reach out to somebody else. But
Fantastic.
you will get that after this.
Yes.
And yeah, it is dope. I like
And
that. Man.
I saw a comment that I thought we needed a president. Jimmy Farrell, Mark Bedane is our president. Mark Bedane.
No, he's not.
Google it. You tell me what it says.
Okay, just because it's on Google and just because it's on Wikipedia, they already said on Wikipedia that that Densai was our defensive coordinator on Wikipedia today.
They said, you know who else they said was too? There was another one they said too. Jared Mayo was our defensive coordinator too.
According to Wikipedia, right?
Yeah. I that's my mistake, Captain. I thought Mark Bedane was our president because every time I hear about it, his name is mentioned. So
Yeah, no, he well, remember he quit before the season last year.
maybe if well, you know what? Even Einstein was wrong once.
He was wrong once. He was wrong once.
But what question were you talking about that I commented on? Which one?
It was. Let me go back because you had a lot of good comments, and I said,
Okay.
"Well, I'm going to wait until you
No
come in
problem.
here." It was a long one.
Oh, the one
Okay.
about Patrick Graham and decide.
Yeah,
Oh,
that-
okay.
That
Okay,
one,
yeah. Patrick Graham. They asked him, "Would you run a 3-4 or 4-3 a nickel?" And you know what he said? Yes. Patrick
That's a good
Graham
answer.
schemes. I loved it. He schemes to the teams he's going to play, like an offense, which is
Right.
fantastic. We're not stuck in the 4-3 every single game. You know what I mean? He will make adjustments at halftime. We might come out in the nickel and say, okay, well, you know what? Well, if we go to the 4-3 right now in the second half, we'll be able to get that blitzer off now. Boom, come out into the 4-3. Come out into the 3-4. We do have the players that can play there. It's not going to be a base 3-4. It's going to be a hybrid defense. Please, please, please have patience, people. I know everybody is upset and they want this, that. I'm going to say it like I said the other night. Everybody wanted Harbaugh. Harbaugh was never coming. He was trying to get John Gruden 10-year, $100 million deal.
Yeah, that's bullshit. And I'm glad
that.
that you found out about that. You said no. Mark Davis said no.
Yeah, and that's good. I know McDaniel is a Patriot, and I feel like I'm repeating myself from last night. Like, let it go. It sucks. You know who our rivals are? It's not the damn Patriots. It's the Chiefs. It's the Chargers. It's the Broncos.
That's right. That's right. And you know what? As I said this on the show the other night. I don't care if there was a conglomeration of Hitler and Satan and Saddam Hussein, and they all got together and had a kid. I know it's three guys. I get it. Okay, I'm being very facetious in this analogy. And they all together and they all got their man parts together and they found a chick or whatever. And their son was the coach of the Raiders or the quarterback of the Raiders. I don't care. I'm going to root for that guy to win because he has the pirate on his helmet, okay? Or he is coaching all of the silver and black. That's what I want, and that's all I care about.
Yes. And I see in a comment here, tribal chief for president. Hey, Big Tone, acknowledge me. He'll know what I mean, Captain. It's a wrestling thing. But we'll go back to football.
Okay. I didn't get that, but again, now you explained it. Now I do.
Okay. Yeah, with the defense coordinator. Okay, Desai. It's DESAI. Desai.
Okay, that's what I thought. That's
what it is.
Desai.
He had a lot of guys there. Robert Quinn. He turned his football career around. Robert Quinn was a bum with Dallas. Well, I'm sorry, he wasn't a bum. No player in the NFL is a bum. You're in the NFL for a reason. Okay. Oh, Squid, really? He named our DC? Beautiful.
Now, what's the sourcing on that, Squid? What's the sourcing? Okay. I see you said it, but what's the source on that? Because obviously it's almost 10 o'clock at night. So give me the sourcing. Give me the source on there. Okay. Well then you know what? Because Daniel wanted to talk with you, I'm gonna bring Daniel in as well. Daniel, you got so there you go. Oh, Raider Scouts the source? Okay, well Raider Scout can say it, but what is his source?
Anyways, if
Raider Scout is on top of his shit. Raider Scout is usually accurate AF.
If we do have Graham, home run.
Okay, this is what I'm at. This is what I'm looking for. Tom Pellisario. Okay, that's the source. It's not Raider Scout. That's the source. Tom Pellisario. Okay, Raider Scout got it from Tom Pellisario. That's why I said, what's the source?
Yeah, but Raider Scout is usually accurate AF.
I get it, but I wanted to know the actual fucking source. Okay, not that I heard it from some bitch down the street. Well, who'd she hear it?
Yo, that bitch sucked off a trailer hitch.
I'm not saying that Raider Scout is the bitch down the street. When I ask for a source, I want to know who the source is.
Yeah, but let me tell you, when Raider Scout reports, that shit's usually accurate AF. Okay. Well, I'm just saying.
Okay.
Look, it's not one of my favorite people in the world, but when he talks, you listen.
Let's talk about him then.
Okay, good. You wanted to come in. You got Jason Dean. You got the old fucking man, and I'm going to sit and listen. Go ahead.
All right, like I said about Patrick Graham, he's a Yale guy. He's very smart. He's got great football knowledge, right? He did, like I said in the chat, and somebody repeated it too. He did less. He had Leonard Williams with the Giants. He had few injuries, but they were still a good defense. They held us to 13 points, and we were rolling at the time.
Look, all I'm saying is this. I've seen Raider Scout post stuff, and I've argued with him and battled with him, and I was always wrong every time I played. This kid knows his stuff.
I get it. It's already out there. It's been confirmed. When you say Tom Pellisario said it, I'm going with that. That's not what I was bitching about.
I don't give a fuck who said it. He's the fucking DC. That's what I'm talking about. I don't care if it was Raider Scout, if it was fucking the dear Lord himself. We're talking about Patrick Graham, our new defensive coordinator, what he's going to do with this defense.
That's what I'm talking about. Is now that I know it's an official source, I'm good with that. Okay.
I was going to talk about him anyway, so.
Go ahead, talk. We're good.
Okay, like I said before, his scheme is the team that we play against. He schemes against that team, and that's beautiful. That's a good thing to have. It's like an offense, you know, when you're going against the defense and you're like, okay, we should run the ball more against this team because their run defense is poor. Or we should pass more against this team because their pass defense is poor. So what Patrick Graham did with the Giants is he schemed against every team, which he made second half adjustments. And, like, I know they didn't have a great record, but their offense was shit. Their offense was absolutely garbage. Saquon Barkley wasn't good. They had no wide receivers. Every other week they were getting hurt. Evan Ingram was their number one guy at tight end. Come on, man. Evan Ingram is like a top 20 tight end. But other than that, Patrick Graham is going to do.
Yeah, you're being
I've debated against this kid Scout. He's a kid, okay? But every time he pulls some shit up, this fucking kid has been accurate, on point, and right. And
whoa.
This kid is telling you stuff that's really happening.
Wait a second. We're not fucking debating that. We're debating the fucking DC now, okay? His pros and cons, okay? We've established that he is the defensive coordinator. We're about 3 steps beyond that conversation there, bud.
He's better than the guy for the fucking Bears, that's for sure.
Okay, well, you were going to say something about Desai. Talk about the DC, about Desai, and why you like Graham over Desai. That's what we wanted you to talk about.
Okay, well, here's a scoop. Desai is good. Graham's a step up from that, man.
Yes.
He has had nothing but injured players, horse shit happening around him and all that. But I'm going to tell you right now, this guy is balls to the wall, a real DC, a defensive coordinator.
Yes.
I'll take him over Densai, and I love Densai. Densai ran the Bears defense for many years, but this guy's actually
last year.
1 year.
Better.
He was the safety. He was their safety coach. He used to coach the safeties. And when Chuck Pagano retired, he took over for Chuck Pagano.
Right. He's only been there.
This guy for the Giants has worked with garbage and made it better than anybody else in the league.
Absolutely,
this guy
OG.
can turn
Absolutely.
our players into superstars.
You too.
But let him pick a couple of draft picks.
Okay, well, I got that as well, and hopefully that'll be a good thing. Like I said, it was looking like Desai was going to come over. If you followed the dots from Kelly being named the assistant GM, it looked that way. But you know what? I like the fact that they went and they got a proven guy, and not just because of who he knew. Okay, that's a good thing. And like I said, when I started,
one of the best defensive minds in the NFL at this time. And
what
he's
I'm
young.
saying is that I want the best guy available. Okay,
Our head coach is an offensive coach, Raider Zach.
Yeah.
And whatchamacallit? Yeah, Patrick Graham. I'm shocked that the Giants let him go. I really am.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, though. Granted, when he was granted an interview, and he was granted
said, "Go ahead."
for the Steelers, along with us, when they gave him a chance to interview for the Steelers, basically they said you can interview with all 32. So when they granted him that, it was incumbent upon the Giants and said, "Hey, I was offered a job, okay, and I want to go there." And he pretty much said, "I don't want to be here anymore." So he could have punked out on him or whatnot, but at least the Giants gave him up, which is nice.
I have an inside scoop of why he came to Vegas.
Okay, give me that scoop.
Okay, he is a big Celine Dion fan. He's got free tickets to see her as much as he wants, so he said, "I'm coming to coach the Raiders. I don't care."
Taxes. Don't forget taxes.
Okay. Gentlemen, I appreciate having you both in there. Jason Dean, parting last words. Daniel, parting last words as well.
Yes, I will see you all in the Super Bowl next year in Vegas because we will be there. We will have a top 10 defense and a top 10 offense next year. We will only have a few losses, and those few losses might come at the end of the year when we're sitting our players because we're already in the dance.
Okay, well, I'm good about that. Daniel, OG Jack.
Yeah, Edwin, with injuries on him. And I think you might.
He's done.
What was that?
Put Ed's
You're
comment.
I'll wait till he's done.
Okay, Jason, partner, always good hearing from you,
Yeah,
brother.
I'm done. I'm tired of reading it. Everybody just contradicts shit. Raider Nation for life.
All right. Well, check my text. I'll do that after the show, Jason. Thanks again.
Okay, so here's my parting words. You're a pendejo. And you come on Monday night with the Dos Pendejos and be the third pendejo. And then we'll go over to your show, pump everybody out of that.
I'm not having a show on Monday, Daniel. That was going to be my night off.
Oh no, you need to do a show, damn it! I'm just kidding.
No, I'm going to have a night off. I'm going to go do your show.
We'll come over to the Pendejo show and be the third Pendejo. But dude, we're gonna have I was skeptical about this crap. I really was. It felt like a Gordon Gekko takeover of a company, and I was like, oh no. But then Randy Moss, who played for the Raiders and played for the Patriots.
No, he was not a Raider. Randy Moss was not a Raider. You asked him.
He played for the Raiders and he played for the Patriots, and he said, wait.
Randy Moss said, I am not a Raider. I am not a Raider. I am not a Raider. Randy Moss might have played for him, but he is not a Raider. And that's from Randy Moss himself.
Let me know when you're done and I'll continue.
I'm done.
He said this was a great hire for the Raiders.
Yes.
This is a good person, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't get hyped until I saw that. Okay. I'm telling you right now, some good's coming down the pipe.
Okay, good.
It's not about embracing the Patriot way.
No.
It's the new Raider way.
That is the correct way. I'm going to say that fucking Patriot way, sure. It's the new Raider way, which is the correct way. That's what I'm saying from now on. Fuck that.
Yeah, that's what I just said. It's the new Raider way.
That's right.
But cheating is encouraged.
It's rule number one. Rule number one. Daniel, take care, brother. Always good. We'll talk. We'll talk about Monday night. Partner, say hi to the wife as well. And I'll be a third Bendejo on Monday. But,
that'd be awesome, bro.
Only a short time, man. I need some rest. Okay, take care, man.
There's plenty of rest and time in the when you're dead.
I'm trying to avoid that shit. Okay? Now, and thank you we had Jason, we had Daniel, and we had, who did we have on? See, now my mind's all fucking flustered. Now, we got Browns by Jacob on here, and there's a reason why. There's a reason why I asked Browns by Jacob on it. By the way, Jacob, good to see you, partner. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good. You know.
By the way, remember, you can't tell your parents you were hanging out with a bunch of people that swear.
Okay. Yeah, I'm doing all right. You know, obviously it's miserable to be, one of the most disappointing teams this year, but I'm living. You know, the future's still very bright for us. I know you wanted for me to come on and talk about Drew Petzing.
Yes, I did that.
I'm gonna keep it honest. There's not too much to him. He's got a good amount of experience. I feel like not enough though. He started out with he was like an intern for us, I think, back 5-10 years ago. I don't remember exactly. This is all off the top of my head. And then I'm pretty sure he went to Minnesota. He met Stefanski there. Then when Stefanski came here, he brought him back. And to be honest, he's done a good job with the tight end room. I mean, there is a lot of talent there for us, so it's not like he's had to do too much. But a lot of those position coaches guys, those guys, you want them to be uplifting. You want them to bring the best out of that position. And I feel like he's done a lot of that. He's absolutely a great guy. I will give my opinion. I don't think he's ready to be an offensive coordinator yet. I still think if somebody hired him for, say, the Raiders, obviously I'm not in this guy's brain. So everything I'm saying is just from the outside. So this guy can already be an absolute genius. But the safest thing is if he took another year or 2 years of being a position coach, I feel like that would be best.
Now, let me
but
ask you a question. Is he still under contract?
I believe so. I haven't.
Okay.
I'm not 100% about that, but I haven't heard anything of the Browns promoting anybody. I was genuinely surprised to see that the Raiders interviewed him. But a lot of these teams they pick and pocket guys that you never think they would have.
Right. Now, I did read up on the fact is that when Stefanski kind of like tutored him or not that Stefanski tutored him, but when Stefanski met him in Minnesota, okay, what's the guy's name again? Pretzing.
Yeah, Drew Petzing, I believe.
Petzing. That Petzing started out as a defensive quality control guy. So he started on the defensive side and was very astute and very smart on the defensive side. Then he went over to the offensive side. So he's gone from both sides of the ball and is very smart, very educated, very somebody that you need that for an up and coming coach. He is young.
Yeah, he's very young.
But the fact is that Stefanski saw his work ethic and his knowledge and how well he did his job, and that's why he brought him over there with him. Okay, but so I was when I read that, I'm like, okay, now maybe there might be something that Jacob might know about him, that's more. But again, I like the fact that and by the way, Njoku is a free agent.
Yeah, I know. He's an unrestricted free agent for the time. That's him and Njoku have actually had a pretty big relationship. Everybody thought when Hooper was coming over from free agency, Hooper was already a Pro Bowler. There were a lot of things being tossed around. I will say that's the only disappointment I think we've seen from Drew Petzing. I don't think he maximized the potential of Austin Hooper in this offense. But, at the end of the day, he's not the one that's going out there and catching the passes. But Austin Hooper has most certainly been disappointing. After this season, David Njoku was very good. He was our receiving leader for a long time during the season. I think he's the best tight end on our roster. I think you need to find a trading partner for Austin Hooper. His contract is pretty big, so that might be difficult. But take what you can get for him. Keep Njoku. I'd love to re-sign Njoku. I think he's a great locker room guy. And he went from requesting a trade to being, I'm dedicated to Cleveland. I want to stay here my whole career. So that's really big to me.
Yeah. Okay. Now, anything else that you wanna like I said, by the way, I appreciate you being on. I did ask you, and you were here, and I appreciate that. You waited. By the way, I lost Eric. Eric, like I said, I got people on, Eric. It wasn't a slight. Come on back because I got Raphael and then Raider Eeyore coming in after Jacob. So come on back. We got room. We still got another 45 minutes left, so we're good. Any hot things that you want to talk about as well? Now, what do you think about the Raiders hires so far?
Well, Josh McDaniels, a lot of people have been hating on him, but I've loved his mentality. I don't think he's the most beautiful offensive-minded guy to ever be put on the universe, but I do think he's going to be a good head coach for the Raiders. I think he'll be better than what Gruden's potential was. I'm excited for the Raiders. I do think the Raiders have a good future. That last guy who was on here talking about Super Bowl next year at Las Vegas, that's a little bit of a stretch. I'm starting to worry a little bit about Carr, though. I do see a Super Bowl window opening up soon, but I see a kind of rebuild for you guys, not a full rebuild. And I don't think Derek Carr will be a part of that process. Now, there is a good chance that he plays for you guys this upcoming year. I just feel like it would mean a lot. Do you guys hire your GM yet? I'm sure you did.
Yeah, we hired the Ziegler, who is the guy from the Patriots, and both Ziegler and McDaniel came to this team because of Carr. So Carr's going to be here.
Yeah, and I agree with that. And everybody says, "Oh, the GM likes to get their quarterback." But how old is Carr again? Is he like 28?
No, he's been in the league 8 years, 9 years, so he's got to be 30, 31, maybe 30.
Okay. So he's getting to that older side where it's time that those type of players want to lock in long term. I don't think the Raiders will be committed to him long term. I do see him playing next season for the Raiders anyway, but there's a chance he could be moved. I don't think next year is going to be like your year, but I definitely think the Raiders are heading in a forward direction, not a backward direction. He might be 29.
Okay. Oh, I tell you what. Now, so I'm going to ask you then, okay? Because we had this discussion before the season started, and you did all your analysis, and you had the Browns doing this and the Raiders doing this. Who's going to be a better team next year, the Browns or the Raiders?
Well, we got a long time till free agency in the draft. But looking at potential wise, I can't say exactly. I can't put a pin on what the Browns are going to be next year.
Okay.
It's way too early than that.
No, I'm glad you said that, because I'm going to say, dude, it's fucking the 4th of February. And
Yeah.
you're already picking about which team is going to be better. Obviously, that was the right answer, because you don't know. You don't know. You don't know who we're going to lose, who the Browns are going to lose, who the Browns are going to add in free agency, who the Raiders are going to add in free agency, who the Raiders are going to draft, who the Browns are going to draft, what injuries you're going to have. You don't know. Okay, Big Tone says Carr is 30. So, okay, he's right at 30.
Yeah.
Okay. What I want you to do, obviously, and I know you'll be back when things get a little bit more solidified, okay? When the rosters come out after the draft, after free agency, and I want to say after the second wave of free agency, because you got first wave free agency, then you got the draft, then you get second wave of free agency. After the second wave of free agency, I want you to come back and plot out, because also the schedule will be out there as well, who will be a better team. I know you'll come on and say, well, I think the Browns will be a better team, but,
I thought the Browns were going to be a better team this year, but one of my biggest lessons that I learned is that you always should predict injuries, and I didn't last year, and I've learned my lesson. But, I mean, they're unpredictable. You can look at injury-prone players, but, I mean, Baker wasn't an injury-prone player and towards labrum. So, stuff happens, part of the NFL. I got to be a little bit more prepared.
Yeah, well, that's fine. Like I said, you're young and you learn from mistakes.
Yeah. Also, are you gonna be in Las Vegas for the draft?
Yes, I will be in Las Vegas for the draft, providing I'm living and breathing, because I have to do the quantifier, because tomorrow is never promised. So I won't say that if I am alive, okay, I already got my flight, I already got my hotel. So I already made the arrangements I need to get out there. So I will be out there, providing that I'm living and breathing, or not in a hospital somewhere or laid up. But yes, I will be out there.
All right. Well, also, if I'm healthy and alive, I hope to see you there then.
Well, good. I will look forward to that. Yeah. Now, who's bringing you out there?
Me and my dad, we went to the draft for the first time this year in Cleveland, and we kind of want to make it a tradition to try to get out there every year, because it's really fun, especially this year with all the question marks. I mean, it's going to be so difficult to predict the draft because there's no solidifications at all with that. So it's going to be exciting this year, and going to Las Vegas for the first time. No way. Okay. Do you want me to respond to that? Because I mean, I'll respond to that.
I just put it up there because these are not shots at you, but these are comments for you.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, we extended Myles Garrett the other year for a big 5-year contract. He's not the highest defensive player paid in the NFL, but he's at least going to sit out that contract. Either way, I think Myles Garrett wouldn't really go anywhere. The Browns definitely have a very bright future. I don't want to be hateful and say that it's brighter than the Raiders, but you never know. I love how the NFL works. The Bengals last year are a bright example. Maybe a little bit of a lucky example, but either way, the NFL teams can go from this. Evan McPherson, from this to that, and I give props to the Bengals. By the way, they're very good. But yeah, I love the NFL. It can change like that for any team. It's unpredictable. Every analyst gets at least half of their things wrong. So
true.
I'll leave off on that.
Okay, and again, Jason Dean gives you props because the Browns did get Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, and I think I said that correctly. And he was pounding the table for him, and he would have looked really great in silver and black. I agree with that as well. Okay.
I'm glad we got him. That's that's one of the few things I can smile about, talking about the Cleveland Browns. So
That's right. And like I said, defense is good, but again, and I like the idea of the kid. Like you said Penzing might be young, but he's 30. I think he's 34. And remember, Gruden was like the Raiders head coach around 34, 35, if I'm not
yeah, and McVay too. Yeah.
mistaken.
So I don't think he's young enough. I just like to see him get a couple more years of experience because I don't think he's done amazing with the job. I think the Raiders should just take somebody else with their offensive coordinator or whatnot. But if you hire him,
Well,
I don't
remember,
think he'll be the
though,
person.
the offensive coordinator is Josh McDaniel.
Yeah,
That's
basically.
the offensive coordinator. So you need somebody that's going to be able to prepare the offense, and I think that's where that gentleman might be a asset in that regard.
Well, I wish he would have done a little bit better of a job than us because this year the offensive preparation was definitely very questionable, especially when Stefanski was out on COVID against you guys and Alex Van Pelt, our offensive coordinator, was given the reins. But either way, it's always great to come on here, Captain Jack, especially when you're trying to steal somebody from our good front office now. Surprisingly, I can say that. I mean, everybody, the Vikings are taking our vice president of football operations. I mean, everybody's getting pickpocketed. So, yeah.
That's the NFL. And Sharif's good to see you there, Sharif. Sharif is a very volatile but very knowledgeable, and he loves to give his opinions. The Browns game was the most critical. That's true because we won.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unfortunately, but we did. We did win.
I'm happy. I'm happy things went the way they went, okay? Because looking at this year, even if we snuck into the playoffs with an injured Baker Mayfield, we wouldn't have gone anywhere. Now we're sitting at number 13. We've got two position groups that need help, and it's looking good with a good amount of free agency.
Yeah.
It's looking good. All right.
Now, okay, I'm going to get you out on this. Who do you really want? Who do you think is going to be there at 13 that is a viable, going to just put you guys over the top next year?
Well, obviously, this is going to shake down the free agency. I think our two biggest needs is wide receiver and defensive tackle. I'll go with the route I kind of think is going to happen. I don't think they're going to want to sign a big wide receiver because Calvin Ridley could be hitting free agency. Mike Williams might be there, or Allen Robinson. Those guys are going to want the $14-15 million. So I think they're going to go with the young wide receiver. And this guy went to Baker Mayfield's high school, Lake Travis High School. I think Garrett Wilson is going to be that guy at number 13.
Out of
Fantastic.
Ohio State University. I know. I knew you were ready to say that. Now, Wilson. Now, you like Wilson over Olave then?
Yeah, because I love Olave too, but I feel like Garrett Wilson is just more of a polish, more of an NFL ready type of wide receiver. He could be gone by 13, absolutely. I feel like I haven't done a mock draft yet. I usually save and I do my recap of the Browns season, getting ready for the NFL draft, and I watch a ton of prospect tape. But that's all after the Super Bowl. So I still got a couple weeks. This is kind of like my vacation time preparing myself because I do take the off season, or well, not the off season for you guys, for us, very seriously. So
Okay.
I Robert.
Yeah, there you go, Robert. And Robert's one of you. He's an Ohio State guy, but I wouldn't. That's why I said, I put it on there for you. I teed him up for you. Okay. Hey, Jacob, again, thank you for coming in there, partner. It's great. Tell Dad I said hi. Looking forward to hopefully seeing you guys at the draft for sure.
Yes, sir. Have a good night, man.
All right. Thanks again, partner. Thank you again for coming in. All right. That's Browns by Jacob. I had him come in because we were talking about their tight end guy, their tight end coach, and he came in for an interview for OC. Okay. Now, I'm going to put the link up again, okay? By the way, I'm going to push this again. If you are watching on Instagram, thank you for watching on Instagram. Please come over to YouTube. It's easier for me to do one thing. If you're watching on Facebook, please come over to YouTube. It's easier for me to have one set, okay? Benjamin says we need a badass OC. We got one. It's Josh McDaniel. But hopefully he will be able to give away a lot of some of the planning to whoever that OC is. So without further ado, Eeyore, you're going to be in after Raphael. I'm going to get Raphael in here real quick. We got Raider Eeyore coming in as well. By the way, I like your jersey there, Jimmy. That's a nice jersey. That is a nice. I don't like the team, but that is a nice jersey. Raphael, how you doing tonight? What's going on with you, brother?
Oh, yes. Now it's a fucking time to El Capitan Raphael so well. And I'm going to tell for anybody, well, this is Uncensored show, and I'm going to be clear about all this news of the Las Vegas Raiders.
Okay.
And yes, even I'm not shitting my pants, I'm ready.
Okay.
But, well, I'm very shocked.
Raphael, I don't want. I know you are an adult. I know you are an adult. I'm gonna
Yes.
say that, but I don't want your folks mad at me because you live in the house with your folks, right?
Oh, yes, with my family, yes.
Okay, so but I
Yes.
don't want, and I know it's a Latin house, so you do have the core unit where everybody's there. I don't want your mama mad at me because you're dropping F bombs. I'm just saying that. I'm looking out for
I
you.
know, because well, it will be crashing down, but anyways, I just saw the news about that of Patrick Graham as the new defensive coordinator. Because here's a fun fact:
Okay.
9 hours before, he was interviewed by 3 teams. He's gonna stay by the New York Giants, Pittsburgh Steelers, or the Las Vegas Raiders. Then the NFL journalist, which is Tom Belisario, is just put right now the new defensive coordinator is Patrick Graham for the New York Giants. And there's a fun fact. He was for over 6 years for the New England Patriots. Then he became for the New York Giants from 2016 to 2017. Then he was coming back to Green Bay Packers and also Miami Dolphins, and then he was coming back to New York Giants for over 2 seasons, over 2 years. But I think it's the best choice about it to Las Vegas Raiders to hiring Patrick Graham. It's just like a huge hire for the new era of Josh McDaniels and Dave Ziegler, because right now he's serving as defensive coordinator the last 2 seasons. He can put like the plays for over 5-2, 3-4, or 4-3, and that was very important. So it's just like a great start to building a staff right now. But it seems like, well, it's one of those Bill Belichick albums, which, well, sounds fair, but it seems that, well, the New England Patriots is, well, losing a very few of the staffs right now, because the only man when standing is Bill Belichick, as it still remains a head coach. But I agree with Patrick Graham right now, because it was just like the biggest surprise ever. No one sees coming, and Graham took the lottery to anything.
Mm-hmm. And the one thing I liked about Graham is that I was reading one of the articles on him that when the Giants started out and they were sucking, I think they were like 1-5 and 1-6, or actually it might have been 0-5 and 0-6. And then they started coming on. It's because the defense that had been a joke, and he let them play a little bit. He let them play looser. He said basically, there's not all this signals. They were missing signals. They were missing things. And he said, no, do your reads, do your regular reads, see what's in front of you and play ball. And after they did that, they started winning games. And they started with the Raiders, and the Raiders were coming in as a juggernaut. And remember, the Raiders always suck after their bye week. And who did they have after the bye week? They had the fucking Giants, and I was there for it. But they played well. They started winning. The Giants beat the Raiders. The Giants beat another, and so they had a couple different wins. It was because Graham was allowing his players to play. Thank you there, Big Tone. Appreciate that. And remember, get everybody out there. And again, I put the link up again. Push in if you want. We got about another half an hour to go. If I do two, if we don't have anybody in here, and remember, it's uncensored. I don't have to be here.
Mm-hmm.
Big Boy Mario, thank you for being a member. Thank you for joining the Galleon. Appreciate that, sir. Always a member of the Chiefs Mess. So, Big Boy Mario. Big Boy Mario will be getting a one time only. He will be getting a Captain Jack patch. Make sure, Mario, you get with me and get me your address so I can send you that patch. And thank you, sir, and appreciate you supporting the channel. Hit the like button. Benjamin says that. I will push that as well. Hit the like button. Thanks again. Like, share, and remember, comment. Comment after the show. Please comment after the show. Okay. Now,
All right.
it's all your Raphael. Now I'm gonna go a little bit off subject. No, a little bit off subject now. Okay. And by the way, again, thank you for being over there on Instagram. Please come over to YouTube. Please come over to YouTube.
Yes.
I know you're looking towards the baseball season. Okay.
Oh, yes.
Okay. What are your big baseball season thoughts so far?
Ooh, this is gonna be epic. But it seems that, well, I just watching the Serie del Caribe and the Venezuela Professional League, there's a lot of possibilities to come in a bigger baseball season. Even they're still in a lockout. It seems that they're just planning it like a lot of bigger, and then also they're just like the biggest surprises right now. But it seems that right now the New York Mets got the biggest surprise ever. Even I'm a Yankees fan, the New York Mets got the biggest surprise on this season right now because it's gonna be crucial. And all the scouts right now for the New York Mets, they're like looking for Max Scherzer of the hiring of Bull Walter, but it's gonna be like a changing moment. It's gonna be a game changer. But it seems like contracting by Matt Scherzer to the New York Mets because he was trespassing for the Phillies, also for the Washington Nationals, and right now for the New York Mets. It seems that the New York Mets is gonna get it the biggest shocking moment ever at the season. So even though the free agent temperatures of Noah Syndergaard and Michael Conforto correctly, it's gonna be a game changer. So it's not only at the major league, but also with the minor league. But right now, it's gonna be ahead to the top two. It's gonna head to the top 10 defense, and also they're gonna to the top 10 of the power rankings, even at the first week, at the season.
Okay, well, I'm going to do this because you're a Yankees fan.
Yes.
Because you're a Yankees fan, on the way out the door, I'm going to bring in another Yankees fan so you guys can talk a little bit of Yankees as the one guy goes out. The one
Wow.
I got Jim, aka Raider Eeyore. And thank you there, big boy. Thank you there, James Moore, for becoming members. I want to say thank you for that. I appreciate you joining the channel as well. I got Raphael in here. He's going to be giving me his best shout out. I got Jimmy Farrell, who is aka Raider Eeyore, who is wearing that ugly New York.
Come on, this is gorgeous.
And you know what? I do like the jersey. I like the design on the jersey. I don't like the team, but I like the design on the jersey. I like the jersey. I do like the jersey. So
Raphael, since you're a Yankee fan, I have something for you. Check this out. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it?
Oh, that's very amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. And Jason Dean, that's for you too. Okay. That table was my dad's from Reno, Nevada. It flew from Reno to Long Island, and now it's here in Pittsburgh. Okay.
Exactly. And I'm very surprised there's another Yankees fan, but Ryder Eager, do you know about the names of Mariano Rivera, Luis Sojo, or Gleyber Torres for the Yankees?
Yeah, of course.
These are good. These are good ones. But I guarantee you that the all-time that I will mention about that is between Mariano Rivera and Derek Jeter, which is the best of all time for the Yankees. But I will say that was the first team that belonged to my heart because, my dad and my grandfather watched all the time baseball, and New York Yankees became the first team that I became in love because I was 4 years old. And two teams at the baseball, they're just family of law, which is Cardenales de Lara, which is from Venezuela, and the New York Yankees from United States. And well, that's a big plus. And also my dad and my grandfather is a Yankees fan, which is very comfortable.
Well,
And
I go back.
Table, by the way, he loves that table, brother.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Good. I go way back. My first love was Thurman Munson. You know,
Number 10. I remember that.
15.
15. That's right. Yeah. I actually was I was driving in I was going to the the Football Hall of Fame when they had the news. I was driving through like Western Pennsylvania towards Ohio when I was listening to Sports Talk Radio when they said that Thurman Munson's plane went down.
I was in my room when I heard it on Channel 11. I ran down the stairs. I told my dad to go, Dad, Thurman Munson died. He was like, what? Totally shocking.
Yeah.
Put the TV on down in the living room, and it was such a sad day. And he was my idol. Great baseball player.
Great, he was a great baseball player. Hey, Rafael, El Capitan Chacin Montillo.
Yes.
Shipmate. You guys take care. I'm going to get you out of here. I'm going to get Jimmy in here as well. Always a pleasure. And by the way, I have a Jeter jersey. I have a Mike Stanton jersey, from actually both Mike Stanton, from the Miami as well as New York. And I have a Judge jersey because I respect those guys. So I do got those jerseys.
Mm-hmm.
And especially when I had a Jeter jersey, you got to have a Jeter jersey. And so we got that. Rafael, thanks again there, partner. You take care. We'll see you up on the next
All
show.
right. I'll see her there, Captain
Take
Jack,
care,
and I
Rafael.
will see her there, Raider Ear. El Capitán Rafael se despide. Have an amazing fucking night.
There you go. Again, don't let your mama be mad at me, Rafael.
Okay.
No. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Take care, brother.
Take care.
Yes, sir.
All right. That's Rafael. I don't want Rafael's mom mad at me because we're a bad influence. Even though it's uncensored. And remember, when it's uncensored, you can cuss your motherfucking ass off. But when it's not uncensored, I ask you kindly to please watch your mouth. Later, Nikki Love 333. Thank you for being in here. Please come over to YouTube. Raider Yogi, was it the Wrecking Crew is in here? I got Greg Montero's in here. Russell City Motors, thank you for being here. Silver and Black. We did have Mob Boss in here a little bit ago. We had Mob Boss in. I don't know where he was. He was over here on Instagram. I'm not sure if he's still there. Mob Boss, hopefully you'll come over to YouTube and we'll see Mob Boss because I definitely want to hear from Mob Boss. And remember, tomorrow night, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific at night, 6 Pacific, 9 o'clock Eastern, over on the Sultan Mir channel. It'll be a show with, obviously, Sultan Mir will be hosting it. It'll be, let me see, Violator will be on, Raider Squid will be on, okay, Docs will be on, Stu Schweigert will be on, and some old fucker that dresses as a pirate will be on. I know those guests. There might be more. Be sure to watch Sultan Mir's show tomorrow, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. And again, I want to say thank you again for the folks that are new members to the channel. James Moore is a Ship's Company crewmate member. And Big Boy Mario, thank you for being a member as well. You get the patch. And Jimmy Farrell, like I told you, all you got to do is find a computer that's Microsoft.
Okay. Sure.
And log in, and then you can be a member too. I keep telling Ed Winchell that. Ed Winchell, because I know Ed Winchell's on. Ed Winchell, find a non-Apple computer. That's all. Because Ed Winchell's been a big supporter for me, and he wants to be a member as well. Just you got to get away from that fucking Apple shit. I'm sorry. I can't stand Apple.
Yeah, Apple sucks. Apple's terrible.
Apple sucks.
Anyway, I want to dedicate something. I want to dedicate to the new coach. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, he's got the visor already. Okay.
Yes, sir. Okay. And one thing for you, I was
Sir?
digging out, unpacking, and I came across this.
Okay.
I don't know if you could see it. Dad's old seal hat. Okay. Can you see it?
No, I see a reflection. Oh, his white hat. Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
And his ship, the South Dakota.
He was on a battleship.
Yes,
Wow.
sir. Yes,
That's
sir.
awesome. That's awesome. Like I said, he was that's cool, man. Like I said, I tell you what, battleship sailors are one of a kind. They are one
Mm-hmm.
of a kind. That is even before the big aircraft carriers of today, those were the living cities of the Navy. There had so many guys on board. That was a living city. The old time battleships, and now and show that battleship again.
Sure.
Okay, let me see if that was a. I'm trying to see if that was a newer. If that was a no, I'd say that was a World War. That was like before they had the newer battleships. So that's an old school battleship. Old school battleship. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Wow. Okay. That's awesome, man. And you said your father. Now, has your father passed?
Yeah, he's long gone. Did you know they were supposed to sign the when the Japanese surrender? They were supposed to sign it on that ship.
Well, they signed it on the Missouri, but did they change the ships?
They changed the ship. My father was pissed.
Okay, yeah, because they signed it on the big Mo,
Right.
and because the Missouri was newer, I think that's probably one of the reasons why. It was
Probably.
one of the newer ships.
Yeah.
The Missouri, Wisconsin, New Jersey, and I can't remember what there was four of them. Missouri,
Mhm.
Wisconsin, New Jersey. I can't remember what the fourth battleship was. I'll have to look it up.
I
But yeah.
believe I don't know if it was Nimitz or Halsey decides to change it to the Missouri. I think one of those two.
Yeah, well,
I'm not sure.
obviously, Nimitz was obviously Pack Fleet. Halsey was his number one guy,
Yeah.
So it might have been because Halsey might have had that as his flagship. That might have been the reason why too.
Yeah.
So I'm
Right.
just guessing.
Okay. As I was waiting, you had the Browns fan, and I just had an idea.
Very knowledgeable. He is very knowledgeable.
Yeah, he is. And the thought came to me. I think if they could find a way to trade Baker Mayfield, maybe get a couple of picks, and then try to lure Aaron Rodgers to the Browns.
I want to hear your reasoning behind that.
I think he would be a good fit. I think because the Browns, it's like Green Bay, one of the original NFL teams.
Browns are not an original NFL team. They were All-American Football Conference before the Browns and the 49ers and one other team.
Well, when I'm talking about, they've been around since
they've been around a while. That's true.
Right, with Green Bay. I think that being on the Browns would be a great fit for them, and they do need a better quarterback.
Welcome to Kel Rogers, who is popping in all the way over from UK. You get fit there, fat man. And by the way, Kel Rogers is a member of the channel as well. You see that logo next to his name. So thank you for being that as well. And Cool Kev says, no fucking way. I'm putting the fucking in there. No fucking way Rogers goes up there. I can't see that either there. I really do. And well, what are your thoughts when people are saying that Rogers bought some land in Tennessee? But I'd buy some land in Tennessee if I had all that money.
That doesn't mean anything.
I mean, it doesn't. It doesn't mean anything. It's like, I tell you what, that's a nice place to hang out in the off season.
Well, there's another team that needs a quarterback. But I'm telling you where he's going. I said it before. He's going to the Broncos.
Well, Kel Rogers thinks he's going to the Bucs, and that's another possibility. The Buccaneers would take him in a minute because they've had he who shall not.
Well, we don't know if he's retired or not.
Who, Brady? Yeah, he retired. He retired.
He's officially retired.
He is officially retired. He is
Okay, because the
officially
last I heard, he wasn't retired, according to him and his dad.
Yeah, well, it came out on February 2nd, I believe. So it was 2 days ago or 3
Okay.
days ago. It was either February 1st or February 2nd. He officially retired. Officially.
Okay.
So he's gone.
So we got a defensive coordinator right now?
Yes, our
Is it-
defense coordinator is Graham, who was the defense coordinator for the Giants.
Oh, okay.
Who
Because
has
I was hearing rumors the ex-coach from the Dolphins.
Flores was
Flores.
a possibility, but he's off the table. Not Rogers. Graham, who was the DC for the Giants, I think will be a very good hire for the Raiders because he plays a 3-4, 4-3, a 4-2-5. You know, whatever they fucking want him to play. He's like McDaniels. He schemes that defense against the offense he's playing that week. Whereas McDaniel schemes the offense against the defense he's playing. I like the fact that both of these guys know we got 17 games and eventually we'll be 18. We got 17 games to play each year, and I'm going to make sure that my offense, and in Graham's case, my defense matches up against the offense we're playing, vice versa for McDaniel. My offense matches up against the defense we're playing. I fucking like that. There's not too many people that fucking do that, and I love that.
And the ex-coach for the Giants could be a good special teams coach that I'm hearing.
Joe Judge, man.
Joe Judge, yeah. Right.
He's the best special teams guy out there other than the guy who was actually the special teams coordinator for the Giants, who is also a good special teams guy. And by the way, folks, he is better than Rich Bisaccia. Sorry.
Who's that?
The Joe Judge and the guy who was the special teams guy for the Giants, both are better than Rich Bisaccia in special teams.
Right. I'm just concerned where the team's going to be next season. Like, where is Carr going to stay one more year? Are we going to draft a quarterback for after he's gone? I don't know. Are we going to not totally rebuild, but slightly rebuild? I just don't. The Carr is the big question mark.
Well, he's not a question mark for this year. He's on staff.
Well,
for this
I know,
year.
but after next year,
right? And I think that they are working, and I think that they'll get a feel for that in the off season when he starts going through all of these different, the evolution. Once they build out the team and he sees the report, and McDaniels gets a chance to take Derek in and teach him again the Earhart Perkins offense that he runs, which he ran with Musgrave. Okay, so that it'll just be a matter of tweaking the terminology, and he'll see what he has, and if he sees that because he wouldn't be here. He wouldn't be here except for Carr, and basically, folks, you guys are not going to be amazed. The main reason why he came here wasn't because of Derek Carr. It was because of Hunter Renfrow.
I thought it was Celine Dion.
No, that's the defensive coordinator.
I'm kidding.
Yeah. And Kel said you wanted to make sure your move went well.
Is that true? Was Renfrow why he came?
Yes, Renfrow. He sees the next version of Wes Welker, Danny Amendola, and Julian Edelman in Hunter Renfrow. He sees that, and I tell you what, he also sees. Now, granted, that was the number one reason, and he wanted Carr in the offseason. He wanted to trade for him. So you got Derek Carr there, and you got the next iteration of Welker, Amendola, Edelman on roster, who he was one catch away from having the Raiders record held by Tim Brown. One catch away.
Yeah.
Okay. And he said that's going to be like low ball. He's going to be able to do that every year. And when you get Waller and Moreau, who can do those double tight end sets that he likes, okay, and you build out your backfield, And the one thing I like about it is that if Drake comes back, and I don't know if Drake's going to come back, but Drake is that pass catching running back that he likes.
Mhm.
Drake is that pass catching running back that he likes. Obviously, Jacobs is the bulwark, but they need another running back, and we can get and they've gotten running backs lower in the draft, and they used them well.
They're not going to draft a. Let's get it straight because we never do it. They're not going to draft a linebacker in the first round. We never do.
I had in the mock draft that I did the other night with Docs, I drafted N'Kobe Dean. I drafted N'Kobe Dean.
Well, you did. I don't think the team's going to. I mean, my thing is the wide receiver. I hear the mock draft they're picking the Ohio State wide receiver, and then
Olave, yeah,
and then do we draft a quarterback and get him ready after Carr's gone, or do we wait next season?
I think now. Granted, I don't have any inkling of knowledge of what Josh McDaniel and Ziegler want. There are quarterbacks that can be had in this draft in the later rounds, maybe round 3, round 4, round 5. Okay, there are quarterbacks that they think would be prototypical for the McDaniels offense. Is it possible that they draft them? We'll see. Now, the other thing is, remember that Belichick is one of those guys he likes to trade back to get more picks. Okay, it's possible that Ziegler does the same thing, and we'll see if that happens. Because if you get more picks, you can maybe afford that extra pick that you picked up. Maybe you get that quarterback this year that you think is developmental, and you get him a year early. And now, then, thank you, Jason. I was trying to remember what the guy that he was talking about. Carson Strong and the Nevada quarterback. Jason was talking about him the other night.
I was just thinking about him right now because nobody's talking about him, and I think he could be the dark horse of the draft that nobody's talking about. You know, they're talking about all the other quarterbacks. You know,
yeah.
I mean, he could be a second round pick, in my opinion.
Yeah, and you know, if they want to go that route, I can see it as well.
Right. Like I said, the biggest question mark is Carr. Are we going to re-sign him? To me, I would just play out his contract, draft a backup quarterback because Mariota's gone. We all know that.
Yes.
Draft a quarterback, let him learn from Carr, and then when he's gone, that quarterback's ready. You know, could be Strong, could be the kid from Old Miss. If we're lucky to get
no, Corral will be gone by Corral's going high first.
You think so?
Yeah, I think even with his injury, I think he's going high first.
Yeah,
I really think.
And then we gotta fix our secondary. You know, I mean, like I said, Abrams, I'm not happy with him anymore.
Well, it all depends on what the DC says. Remember, the DC is going to look at his guys and say, I can use these guys and these guys. You know, maybe, he says, I don't necessarily think, I think we can upgrade these guys. So, it's up to Graham, and Chris Gang said it as well. It's up to Graham to see what he sees with our defensive players. It's up to McDaniel to see what he sees with our offensive players. It's up to, who we get for special teams. Because remember, there's those guys on the periphery that are going to be playing special teams. So it's going to be a full compendium of working knowledge between McDaniels and Ziegler and Graham and whoever the special teams coach is. They're going to look at everybody we got on the roster. We're going to say,
right,
these are the guys that we want, and we're going to go get some other guys. Okay, that's true.
And how many teams who switch coaches who've been in the playoffs the year before get back in the playoffs? Not many, right? I mean, I'm that's another thing that concerns me. Can we get back in the playoffs even though we got a brand new coach?
It's possible.
I mean, has that happened?
Well, here's the other thing, though. Bisaccia was the last coach in years to bring a team to the playoffs as the interim. I don't remember if there's been team. Well, yeah, I'll give you one. The Cowboys under Jimmy Johnson, and then friggin' what's his nose.
Oh.
that played that was the coach at Oklahoma. So they went from
Right.
one coach to the other coach. So
Yeah.
it is possible. Hey, what is it, Jimmy? I'm going to get you out of here because I want to hear from God, and
Okay.
God was the last person in here.
All right.
Wonderful, Jersey. Thank you for showing that plate and the thing. And obviously, we love that. That's a very nice table, by the way.
Yeah, that was I believe a birthday present for my dad, because he's probably he's the biggest Yankee. He loved the Yankees, loved them. I mean, you go back to Joe DiMaggio years. That's how much of a fan he was. In fact, I think he told me he saw Babe Ruth when he was a little boy at Yankee Stadium.
Wow, wow! I would have loved to have met your dad as well, Jimmy.
Yeah, great man, great man. Okay, Captain, I'll talk to you next week.
Okay, thanks again, brother.
Take
All
care.
right, you got it. There, Jimmy is gone. Now, God, I'm going to bring you in a minute, but I'm going to get Jared in here as well. Hang on before he goes away.
Pittsburgh's Jared D. Dicarolo to accept.
Okay, I got the Pittsburgh report with Jared. I got God coming in after that. Jared, you're coming in. By the way, I'm going over 2 hours. God, if you don't mind, I'm gonna get with Jared because he was ready to pop in as well. What do you got for me tonight, there, Jared? Good to hear from you, sir.
Thank you, Jeff. What's going on?
Hey, just having a wonderful time here. You know, we're having an uncensored show, so we get a chance to say fuck anytime we want to.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, though, it's been pretty much of a technical mess when you think about what this week has been like. I mean, the whole Flores thing, however, and then last night the Jaguars hired Doug Peterson as their coach. I mean, that was insane. I mean, I don't know why the Jaguars didn't talk to left, which I mean, we talked about before. I mean, he was supposed to be looked at, and they didn't look at Flores. It is an absolute shitstorm, and an embarrassment how the way that organization is. They could have given each of these guys a chance, and instead they go with Peterson. And I don't know if Peterson's going to be the answer for that team, but we'll have to wait and see, I guess.
Well, from what I understand is that the reason why they didn't go with Leftwich was because Leftwich wanted the guy in Arizona. He did not want to work with Trent Baalke. Okay. And then they're like, and I thought it was a done deal. I thought they said, okay, well, they reached out to him. They're going to bring him in, but they kind of held their ground on it. I'm like, oh, okay, this isn't happening. So that's when they said, well, we want to have Rich Bisaccia come in for an interview. Okay. And everybody was losing their fucking lunch, man. Oh my God, how the fuck can they do that? How can they get Rich Bisaccia? The Raiders fucked up. Yada, 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 yada. Bullshit. Okay. I think it was the Jaguars' way of telling Byron Leftwich, you know what? You might be an up-and-coming guy, and you might be a really good head coach, but we still want to work. We still want Trent Baalke here. Okay? So they interviewed Bisaccia, and they obviously, and I'm sorry, like Rich, but he's not an X's and O's guy. Okay? So apparently, and I think that they had already interviewed Peter. I think Peterson was the first person they actually interviewed like a month or two ago. That was the first guy that they interviewed. So, and remember, he was with Baalke, and he had, I guess that they figured that they can work together. So when that happened, they probably said the Leftwich, you know what, we're going to keep Baalke, which I think is a mistake. I'm not a big Trent Baalke fan, but they hired Peterson, and I wouldn't be surprised because I don't think Rich Bisaccia has a job right now. So, I mean, I don't think the Raiders are going to retain him as special teams guy. I think that he will go to whoever will hire him as a special teams coach. I know that he had an interview with the Bears. I know he had an interview with the Jaguars. So I'm thinking that either the Bears or the Jaguars might hire him as a special teams guy, depending upon, if and I think that he got along with Eberflus because Eberflus and him had some time together in Dallas. So I can see that. I can see him going to Chicago to be the special teams guy under Eberflus because they've worked together in Dallas. So I can see that. I don't know if he has any ties to Doug Peterson. Remains to be seen. But all we really need now is we got to fill out. We need a special teams coach. We are interviewing the guy, the tight end guy from the Browns, who I think is a young up-and-comer. He's interviewing for the OC position, but it's only the OC position in name because obviously McDaniel's going to be the OC, but it's getting out all the things prepared that he's supposed to do. So we'll see about that.
Well, considering the Flores mess and everything like that, do you think considering what his case is and everything, do you think he'll end up maybe taking the Houston job if they don't go after McNown?
Okay, so I think honestly,
yeah,
I think the Texans are gonna give the job to Josh McNown. McNown. Which fucking guy is it?
McNown.
Yeah.
One of the McNowns.
Yeah, one of the McNowns. I think because they gave him 2 interviews already.
Yeah.
And I think that they're ready to pull the trigger on that.
Yeah.
And I think that with the way that Flores, and again, right or wrong, he's got a beef. He does have a beef. He really does. And I think that he should be a head coach in the NFL. Okay. But what's amazing is that the Vikings position is still open because the Vikings didn't hire anybody yet. Okay.
Yes, they did. I thought I heard that yesterday. Kevin O'Connell from the Rams. I thought this was a done deal for Rams. I thought I had heard that. I mean, I could be wrong. I'll have to check, but I thought Kevin O'Connell was going to be introduced as the new Vikes man. However, I could be wrong, but I think it was a done deal. So that's going to be Flores twisting in the wind then, if that's the case. And if he has to be twisting in the wind then, the Miami job's still open. But right now, I'm sorry. I mean, just like Dan Snyder, I think Stephen Ross right now has got to be held accountable for his actions.
Yes, I do. Oh, yeah, and here we go. Kel Rogers, who is a Vikings fan. Thank you, Kel. And he's popping in from over in the UK. Kevin O'Connor, but we can't make it official till after the Super Bowl. Okay, I get it. So there's the other thing, because remember, Eric Bieniemy hasn't been hired yet either.
Right, and that's a shame.
Yeah, but you know what? I think that he will get one more look next year, because I don't think the Chiefs are going to be all that in a biscuit next year. And so he will be able to be out there immediately. And I mean, I think that Tony Dungy was on some things today saying that he had this thing where the owner told him he doesn't interview well. And an owner told him that, Tony, you don't interview well. And so the very next year, he interviews with Glazer and he gets the job in Tampa Bay because of his interview process. So it's all in the eye of the beholder. So we'll see what happens with Eric Bieniemy. I think he will be a head coach soon. O'Connor he's the guy that's out of with the Rams, correct?
Yes.
Okay. That's a good hire for the Vikings. Okay. And we'll see what goes on after that. Now tell me what's going on in Pittsburgh.
Well, as far as Pittsburgh goes, I mean, it's been pretty low key right now. I mean, they haven't said much, however. I mean, I do know that 3 GMs are going to be looked at, however. I'm sure, however, when Tom gets back from the scouting department. I mean, right now, with Colbert retired, I don't know who they're going to hire as a GM, but again, right now, there's no word who the new DC is going to be at all since Keith Butler retired. But right now, obviously, with Ben retiring, however, I mean, the big story obviously coming out of Pittsburgh right now is the whole thing within the last couple of days is that apparently Juju is ready to pack his bag and just head out. He's already tweeted it out and said, I'm done. I'm not going to come back anymore. So it looks like he's on his way out the door. Now, another thing I did hear that is kind of unusual, and I'm sure you heard the thing too, is this whole Aaron Rodgers awful mess. A couple days ago, or yesterday I think it was, they said he was looking at maybe possibly he could have some interest in possibly signing with Nashville. There's talk that he would be open to going to the Titans.
Yeah.
Now I'm hearing as of tonight, apparently Green Bay is ready to give him a big mega deal. And what that mega deal is, I don't know yet. But the thing is, though, I thought, however, with him getting, if he does get this mega deal, that the Packers are over the cap. So where does this leave the Packers? And when I say leave the Packers, I mean, aren't they going to be penalized for going over their limit in the salary cap if they decide to give Rodgers this mega deal? I mean, how's this going to play out?
I have no idea how they can say this is a mega deal unless they give him like a Bobby Bonilla type of contract. I don't even think you can do that.
It just might. They're talking about doing it.
Yeah.
It could be happening.
Yeah, I mean, if they give him a Bobby Bonilla contract, then maybe they'll do that. And Big Boy pops in with I got to read this. Raiders make big moves in the coaching staff. We getting solid. Let's go. Hey, thank you then there again, big boy Mario. Remember, every time you spend $5 on a super chat or super sticker, you are entered into the prizes of the treasure chest of prizes. I do need some time. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to take fucking Monday off and do the things. So I only have so much time in the day. I only have so much fucking time in the day after work because I don't have fucking computer time. And I got lots I need to do. So I'm just saying, thank you there, big boy Mario. You are entered in as well. You said Juju's on his way out, possibly, or he will be on his way out. By the way, what is it? Your GM will be the guy's name is Hunt. He interviewed for the Raiders, and he basically he will be given that job, and he interviewed very well, and it will be a really good job for him, and so that's going to be your GM for sure.
Okay, good. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like Kevin Colbert, but I think Kevin Colbert knows it's time for him. Kevin Colbert said it's time, but right now I think the big question is obviously with the Steelers, however, not just with them, but who's going to stay, who's going to go. But like I said, we got Super Bowl in a week, however. I mean, USFL is just around the corner, and a lot of things are up and coming, however, so we'll see how they play out, as they say.
For sure. All right. Well, hey, Jared, thanks for popping in, man. Always appreciate you, brother.
No problem. I'll talk at you.
All right. Be well. Take care. All right. That's the Pittsburgh Report with Jared. So we got that. There's people that are split on Juju. We got Sinister Rain says, fuck Juju and his TikTok dancing ass. Okay. I don't have TikTok. Now I'm gonna get another person in here who I'm gonna have to ask him. Okay. Wait a second. Let me do this the correct way. Okay. I got my hand over my heart. Okay. Said, God, can you hear me, God? Can you hear me, God?
No, I can hear you, brother, loud and clear.
Amen. And we got God. We got God on the line. God, how you doing tonight, brother? Good to see you.
Good to see you too, man. I'm doing good. We got 19 inches of white ass snow out there. But
oh, that's right. You're up in what, upstate New York or Connecticut or something like that, right?
Keep on going, Maine.
Maine.
I'm 3 hours away from Canada, bro.
Wow. Hey, I have a not an ex-girlfriend, but who should have been my ex-girlfriend in high school. She lives in Maine, and I've been to her house before. Beautiful house. And she got me like the best fucking syrup ever. Okay. And what's it? Portland is the big city, right?
Yeah, Portland's a big city. Bangor is the next. I'm like an hour from Bangor, and I'm sure you can probably hear my fucking puppies lapping the goddamn bowl in the background.
Yeah. Okay. Well, and by the way, Sharif, who has he doesn't have a voice as deep. Now, Sharif's got a deep voice. Okay. But he says the ghost of Barry White.
Let's go. Let's go, Raiders.
And Richie Richey can send me that. Richie Richey can send me some good maple syrup as well. So Richie, send me some. Because I definitely am hankering for some good. Actually, Canadian.
Yeah, 100%. Like
that. Yeah.
No. It's funny though. Like you say that because like up here, like it's not uncommon to look at a tree and have a nail in it and a fucking like a milk gallon, like the top been cut out and just catching the syrup. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So God, and again, I wholly beseech thee, what is on your mind tonight, sir? Talk to me about what is on God's mind. Isn't this great? God calls into the show and speaks his mind. So, God, what's up with you?
I'm just glad to be here, dude. And I appreciate the opportunity, brother. Like,
Yeah, well, see, I was actually looking. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. I don't have to do 2 hours tonight because this ain't going. I remember I have my hard 2 hour limit for
yeah.
Roku, and I can swear. And I was like, oh yeah, that's right. I can go over 2 hours tonight. So yeah,
Yeah.
we are over. We are on uncensored, so we can say fuck anytime we want, which is cool.
Exactly. Sipping on some scissor.
Yeah, there you go. And remember now, again, folks, I gotta say it when I'm on the Roku, I ask you please to watch your mouth. We can do it tonight. That we'll know it. Remember, if it says uncensored, you can speak your mind. And again,
Yeah.
if you're on Facebook, come over to YouTube. If you're on Instagram, come over to YouTube. Thanks for coming over. Okay. And okay, here we go. Wait a second. Could easily replace Michael Buffer when he retires with that voice. Dude, you can get some contracts. You can get some contracts, man. That's for sure. Now, am I being a little bit too pushy or whatever? Do you mind saying what do you do for a living?
I do, of course, man.
I mean, other than
You're
being
good, brother.
other than being
You're not being pushy enough, is what I honestly like. If you ask me that in person, I'd tell you, bro, you're not being pushy enough. You're not
No, but
asking.
see, I respect people. I mean, I don't know what everybody does, but I mean, with a voice like that, that's why I said you should look into, and I mean this, okay? You should look into people that hire for voiceovers. That's what I'm getting
Yeah.
at. You should do that. Say, hey, I will do,
Hey.
and I'm serious as hell, man. Because there was a guy that went to broadcast school, and he had that deep voice, and he could do voiceovers as well. Okay. And by the way, I appreciate from Big Boy Mario. Get the fucking thumbs up.
Thumbs up, brother.
For sure. Get those thumbs up going. Thank you as well. Remember, comment after the show. So I'm sorry, God. What I cut you off?
No. One thing, and one thing that I wanted to say before, and you should do not shorts per se, but like short videos under 5 minutes so we can comment. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that would bring in a bigger audience. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to say it before, and it may be an inappropriate time to say it, but
Okay.
I think you do. I think you should do some your takes of shit. Just just a couple minutes long, just whatever, so we can comment on your shit and like it. You know what I'm saying? And spread it around.
Okay. And I will probably do that. And this is one of the reasons why I was talking with Daniel is that I have my work. So and again, the weekend I have a little bit more time on the week, but not a lot. And because during the week, Monday through Friday, I literally can't get onto the internet to do YouTube. So doing shorts, I would have to be able to do them at night or on the weekend. And if I can't do them at night because I'm doing a show on Tuesday with my buddy on Wednesday, then I do my show on Thursday, and then I do a what is it, an uncensored on Friday, and then I do a show on Sunday. It's limiting the amount of time that I can do. So I like that idea, and I think I will try to do it more often. We'll see what I can do.
No, I get it, but the same thing. Look at Fade to Black. Look at Sinister. Look at James. Like honestly, if people are there, they'll literally take your shit and cut it into clips and then put it on your channel, and then you basically just promote them. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I get it. I don't want to do everything. That's why I'm a subcontractor. You know why? Because I contract different things and I do a certain thing in my life. You ask me what I do. I'm a subcontractor. I build houses. I remodel. I do window tint. I do custom graphics on cars and
I
shit.
knew you did graphics. That was the other thing, and I remembered it when you said that. Oh shit, I already because you do graphics. So good.
Yeah. Yeah, and for 10 years, like I spent 6 years for T-Mobile as a basically, so T-Mobile structure, they got 15 people in a pod, and then you've got like basically the pod boss. And then, so I was a manager for T-Mobile. I was a manager for Dell Computers for 6 years, a call center manager. So you gotta, you get in a call center, you get people that's like 17 years old, and then you get grandmas that are like fucking 90 years old, literally sitting in the pod. So what your job is, hey, what motivates each and every single person? So you go around like, so when I go to my people, it's not just let's make money, because you know what? A lot of people that let's make money, that doesn't motivate everybody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is not built the same. So I go to them, I personalize them. I'm like, oh, she doesn't care about making money. She cares about connecting with the community. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, so I know when I talk to you, I need to talk about community. Let's build it up. Let's advertise it. I know when I talk to this guy, he wants money. You know what I'm saying? So
Gotcha.
and that's what I talked about. Like when Jordan Gruden first got fired back in the day, I every live I was on, I'm like, I want a coach that is a leader of men. You know what I'm saying? Or
Yeah.
women or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just I want a leader that can hire people, that can put them in the place to do their shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
Oh, I
but
got
yeah,
you. By the way, did you see this comment by Richie Riche? I love this comment. Because you're talking about the call center. In the call center, you need to keep the 17-year-old on track and stop grandma from napping. That
yeah.
is a great comment. That is
Hundred
true.
percent, dude. Like I literally, like back in the day, like it was like I said, I think I was making like $15 an hour as a call center manager, and then you got bonuses for. So I remember talking to, like the stereotype grandmas or whatever. She's
Yeah.
like, she called in like, I don't even know my phone, and I'm like, well, I'll tell you what, like your phone will be so much better. It'll be easier for you to use if you just look. Give me $10 a month, and I'm gonna put this program. It was all about upsell, and like I came home at night, like I sold this motherfucking grandma like a $50 internet package that she will never use, and she's never used. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I felt bad, dude.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's
I'm
part of
like,
the job. That's part of the job, though.
right.
She'll figure it out. She'll figure it out once, like maybe when her son or a grandson comes over and says, "Hey, why are you don't have less money to spend on X, Y, and Z?" And then they say, "Let me look at your bills." Okay.
Hmm.
And then once they say, "What the fuck is this $50 up? Do you ever use this?" And if
Well,
the
I'll
answer
tell you,
is no, then you probably it'll come off. But if you got like a 1 year contract or whatever, you got to get that. It'll be on for that 1 year, I guess.
yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. If anybody is T-Mobile users, like I said, I spent 6 years as a T-Mobile manager. If anybody T-Mobile, if you ever heard of the Solution Center, I literally was part of the people who made that. Is because like people will call up, they'd be like, my bill, this, that, whatever. And I'm like, it's no fault of theirs, but at the same time, I'm looking company wise, it's no fault of ours. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, there must be a solution in the middle because, company wise, I'm like, hey, hands up. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you got me, but it's not our fault. And then the customer's like, hands up, you got me. It's not our fault. Back in the day, companies used to charge that shit. And I'm like, there must be a solution we can come to. You know what I'm saying? To like, and so yeah, like we started the solution center. Like, I don't know how it's doing. Like I said, I left that shit like 6 years ago, and I started my own company. But
Well, I got now before you go, and remember, because trust me, I love talking with God because there's no greater person in the world, in heaven or hell or on this earth. There is no better person in the world to talk to than the God. I got to ask you, God, any thoughts? Any thoughts? Because I think we've already gone over the McDaniels. I think I've asked you about McDaniels. But what are your thoughts about the new DC? You're from up in the Northeast,
yeah,
so you must have heard or at least been exposed to fucking New England or sorry, New York shit. Because
yeah, of course.
you got the New England shit up there, you got the New York shit up there. So I know you know about said shit. Okay. What are your thoughts about, the Raiders got a really good defensive coordinator in I'm for brain farting his name. I think Franklin is his name. Okay.
Yeah,
But I think that's probably the
yeah.
best
Patrick
one
Graham,
it's
actually.
got to as well. I mean, it's
It's
better than
Patrick Graham.
any of the things. Yeah. What's
Honestly,
your thoughts on that? Yeah.
the I mean, I like it and I don't like it, but and I try to say, prove me wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, prove me wrong, prove me right. As long as and people talking about rebuilding and all that, I just want to squash everything. Dude, the Raiders are not rebuilding nothing. All
No.
we're doing, you take it from the top down. You know what I'm saying? Like, you build it from the top down. We're not getting rid of DC. You know what I'm saying? I think Josh Jacobs is gonna stay.
Yep.
Max is gonna stay.
Oh,
You
for
know what I'm
sure.
saying? Like,
He's gonna get a new. He's gonna get a extension and a bonus.
yeah. And I think it's like it's a blessing in disguise. And the same thing I said, you can look at my live when way back in the day, like 8 months ago on Doxes. I'm like, it's a blessing in disguise because Gruden, I felt at the time like his play calling was just, you
Oh
know
man,
what I'm saying?
it was fucking abysmal. And
Exactly.
I'm glad we're uncensored tonight because it was fucking abysmal. And I tell you,
I love Gruden as the man, the leader of
exactly,
men, but that's
exactly.
what he should have been.
Oh
And
my god,
he should have
yeah,
stopped it at that. And he should
exactly.
have let his offensive coordinator do their fucking
Well,
job.
okay. Wait a second. He should have let a capable offensive
Exactly.
coordinator. They
He
should
should
have
have
had Greg
hired a
Olson in there.
capable.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And his brother was out there for a bit, and I would have loved to have had Jay Gruden as the offensive coordinator instead of Olson. There would
Oh,
have been
1,000%.
so much better of an offense. Okay, it fucking sucked. And TC Michael said it best. Vanilla shit. It
Yeah.
wasn't even vanilla. It was fucking vanilla beans that needed to be chopped up and made into some fucking vanilla. It was fucking.
It was dollar store vanilla that you gotta buy the grinder to fucking
Thank
make
you.
that shit.
Yes, it sucked. So I was so glad I wasn't glad about the circumstances. So let me rephrase this.
Right.
I was not happy about the circumstances that led to his dismissal. You guys can
Right.
call it a resignation. It was a dismissal. Okay. No
It
matter
was a
what
hit
you
job.
call it,
Yeah.
it was a hit job. Okay. I wasn't happy about that. Okay. But I was happy that at least I didn't have to worry about that play calling. And then I remembered that Greg Olson was on staff. And I'm like, fuck. We still got Olson on staff. And then we still have Cable on staff. And I'm like, I told people, don't worry. At the end of the year, Greg Olson will be gone. He will be gone at the end of the year because I honestly didn't think the Raiders were going to make the playoffs. I honestly didn't think that. I'll be honest. The way that they were kept on doing that downslide, I'm like, there's no way in hell we're making the playoffs. And then they won their last 4 games.
Yeah, 1,000%, dude.
Great.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why we made the playoffs. So that's it.
I mean, and here's the thing that like I said, I mean, the coach needs to be the leader of men, and I think Bisaccia stood up, and those little, I guess like his daughter took a picture of him writing personal notes, like that shit matters, dude. Like that's why I was like a highly regarded fucking manager of T-Mobile and Dell Computers, is because when escalate, because that's what I took. I took escalation. So if you're fucking mad at the rep, you're like, I want to speak to your supervisor. I get on the phone. I'm like, what's up? And I'm gonna tell you, like 7 out of 10 are normally females, and they're like, oh shit, say that again. Like they put me on speakerphone. They're like, motherfucker, listen to him. And they're like, you're in the wrong phone business.
Hey, God, dude, God, I'm sorry. God, I
No,
apologize.
it's all good. No, go ahead and bounce me, brother. You
No,
good?
no.
I
But see,
love
I
you, man.
apologize for calling you dude. God, dude. No, God. I'm not bouncing you. I'm going to let you do that wonderful touching upon other people thing, because I'm going to have Richie Riche come in. And then what? And you can obviously you'll still be listening. I know that you will as well. But I'm gonna have Richie Riche come in, and then I'm gonna bounce, because I mean I've been on for 2 hours and 20 something minutes. I'm gonna let Richie Riche have because Richie Riche always comes in at like 5 fucking minutes to go in the show. 5 minutes to go. So I'm gonna give him a good 15, 20 minutes. And then I'm gonna bounce Richie Riche, because I'm gonna say, fuck everybody, I'm going to bed. Okay, so and apologize, God, for swearing in front of you, sir.
Nah, I love you, brother, man. You good. You
All
good
right.
people. You fucking Raiders, dude. We swear all we want. We pirates.
Well,
we take
swear,
what we want.
I got you. We swear when it's uncensored. We don't swear when it's on Roku. That's all I say.
Exactly.
That's it. God, brother, thank you again,
brother. I appreciate it.
Pleasure. Always fun. You take care.
You too, brother.
All right, that was God of man. So you guys already heard it. This is my last guest. And like I said, Richie, I'm giving you at least 15 fucking. Okay, it's 223. So give you to at least to 240. Give you at least till 240. Okay. Fucking have at it, man. Thank you for being in here, Richie Riche, MHRT Network. Make sure you hit him up on MHRT, Mile High Roundtable.
Yeah, MHRT is the abbreviation we use.
Yes, there you go. Hit him up, Mile High Roundtable. And and Mr. Took Your Soul even said it as well. A good guy, even though he's a Broncos fan. But we're both wearing orange today in some sorts. Okay. I'm gonna make him a Flyer fan. So that's a good thing. And the other thing, I've already wore my white jersey, which was like the special. It was like 2 weeks ago. I'm wearing my Flyers alternate black. I got the really new one, which is like it's like the red. It looks like it's red on the screen, but you look at it and it's still that orange. It's a little bit deeper, but it's still the newer type, which I liked, and it has a lot of the black accents on it. And then you'll see the old school fucking Flyers, which was red. It was a red jersey. I got my Billy Barber, my Bobby Clark, and my Dave Schultz. I got those red old school jerseys. One thing I don't like about though is you see how large this the Flyer initial is on the old schools. It's very small. That's the only thing I don't like about the jersey. It's very small. So there you go. Hey, and we got what is it? What is that? The Gaffla? The Gaffla. Okay, well, welcome to the show there, shipmate. Good to see you there. And Jimmy Farrell said he was wearing the orange, but he was wearing that Islander orange. All right, Richie, fucking blow me the fuck away, man. What you got for me tonight, man?
Well, I just looked up your DC. So super interesting hire. I think. I think he fits your defensive scheme currently. A bit of a a port over. Jason, gentleman that was on before, I think he's Pittsburgh area, is he not?
Well, he was in the Pittsburgh area. He's actually down in Dallas right now.
Perfect. So good for you to stay warm. But in terms of your DC, I think he fits your scheme pretty well. I think he's going to like your front that you guys have on your roster already. But the one thing that I completely agree with him on is if you move to, he was actually talking about if you move to a 3-4 and like a Fangio scheme and needing to kind of be able to play more man, and then needing corners that can actually do that. You have a couple corners that I think that can play man, but I think you need some retooling on the cornerback and the backfield because your new DC loves playing man coverage. Like he's been on record over and over and over again saying how much he loves playing man coverage. So I think you need some more cornerbacks in order to play that kind of. I'm not trying to mimic God's voice either.
No. Richie just has his deep fucking Canadian voice. And no, that wasn't. I'm just putting the comments up as they roll. Sometimes I forget that you guys read them and you think they're exactly made for you. But I know. But Richie, I tell you what, Richie has his own deep voice. I don't have a squeaky voice. I don't have a squeaky voice, but I have could be high pitched, could be medium. I can also do low pitched. You know what? You know what my claim to fame is? I used to be able to do it. I'm going to try to do it. And so don't laugh if I fuck it up, okay? Try it out and get that thing. Bomb and the bomb and the bomb and the bomb bomb and the bomb and the bomb and dag and dag dag and the digger dog ding. Blue moon. I'm sorry about the last. It was off pitch a little bit at the very end for the moon part, but I used to be able to do that fucking spot on, and that was not bad for considering I hadn't practiced in a while. So there you go.
Yeah, I've actually re-listened to this mic, and I've had a different mic. This doesn't pick up the low pitches enough on this one, but I can go quite low. I'm actually a natural bass. I can actually do bass vocals, and I used to.
Yeah. Oh, and Cap said, Todd Wise, I got pirate pitch. I can do high and low. Better song than anything released these days. Hey, thanks there, Kel. Like I said, I can do baritone and bass. More baritone, and obviously Richie's the bass. So, and I want to hear this now. What's the guy that's saying that he saw Brother Lynch? Brother Lynch. I gotta check that out. Brother Lynch is out. That's news to me, so I'll have to figure out who that is. So again, I know Captain going off the highway and then going back in here. I do like the fact that we got a and I put that up again. Remember, anytime you give me a $5 chatter or super sticker, you're entered in. I think the last person did that was Big Boy. Thank you for that as well. And he's also a brand new member of the show, and I appreciate that as well. Also, if you do the $5 Cash App or the $5 Friends and Family, let me know about it because I don't check that all the time. I don't. So if you do that, I appreciate that, but make sure it said, "Hey, motherfucker, I sent you $5 in Cash App or $5 via PayPal. Fuck you. I want my entry." Oh, okay. In fact, if you ever send me an email and it says, "Hey schmuck," if you put "Hey schmuck" at the beginning of the email, I know I told you to send it to me because I told you to say "Hey schmuck" at the very beginning. It is an attention grabber. So there you go. Okay, Lynch was a West Coast rapper. Okay, there you go. Okay. Well, see, I went off subject here. Now, catch us up on what the fuck the Broncos are doing, if anything.
Right about your new head coach in Denver, only missing it. There's a lot more missing than a quarterback in Mile High. So let's just correct that comment right now, right here. You don't end up with losing seasons with only missing a quarterback. And I mean, the mainstream narrative in Denver and all the media and stuff is like, oh, we're a quarterback away. It's like, no, you're not. You don't lose that many games by being a quarterback away. You lose that many games because your offensive line can't block people, amongst other things. The one thing that we do have in Denver is a really good defense, but then you also have to start questioning whether or not you're going to maintain that really good defense. Now, I do like the guys that they're interviewing right now for our defensive coordinator, and I believe they have the one guy that is favored for that. I'm going to totally butcher the name. It's like Everjo or Evero.
You told me that when you hit me up the other, and I'm like, I have never heard of the motherfucker.
He has got he's got a legit resume. Like, and I'm not even just saying that to toot because he's coming in potentially to Denver, but he was the best man at Hackett's wedding, or Hackett was the best man at his wedding. I can't remember which. It may have been vice versa, but anyways, he came from the Fangio tree. He's also come from the Wade Phillips tree, and then he came from another defensive coaching tree, which also had pretty substantial prowess to it as well. I just can't remember off the top of my head, but coming from both Fangio and Wade Phillips as both seen as, top defensive coordinators. I mean, certainly Fangio is being copied all over the league right now, right? Mm-hmm. So I think there's no denying the fact that he is a legit defensive coordinator. And then Wade Phillips is amazing.
I appreciate these guys. I'm just saying, it's like, thank you as well. And I appreciate that. Now, again, it's
well played, James. Well played.
There it is. And also it was also Kel Rogers said, "Hey Schmuck, I need another entry as well." I'm just saying, if you do it via the email, because what I was saying is via the Captain Jack at Cash App or the friends and family. That's what I was saying, because I don't see those emails all the time. But hey, I appreciate that via Super Chat or Super Sticker. Thank you for everybody. We will get. I eventually will get all the fucking entries together, and we will have some more shit done. So I've said that. And again, Todd Wise says, I've heard good things about Hackett. I mean, I think it's gonna be a definitive upgrade over Fangio in one respect. Okay. Fangio was an awesome DC guy, and he made sure that the teams were just played well. But I think that he was outcoached in the end, because like you said it, your offensive coordinator, who I know you wanted to shoot. Let me take that back, because this is being recorded. Richie Riche wanted to shoot him with a spitball. Okay, nothing.
No, I didn't.
I'm trying to save your ass, Richie. I'm trying to help you here. Go along with me, brother. Richie Riche has no weapons. I swear, nothing but spitballs. Okay, shut up, Richie. I'm trying to help you here. Okay, he wanted to shoot him with a spit wad, or maybe even a pellet gun, maybe a pellet gun. But that's it. But no homicide, no 187.
No, the ongoing joke with me and the other guys was that we wanted to remove the batteries from his alarm clock.
Did you and 610 think of that one as well?
Yeah, we did. We said that as well. But it was one of those accidentally on purpose things that we would love to have done.
Yeah. Well, hey, that's a good question for you. Would you take Jimmy G if Aaron Rodgers isn't available?
No.
Good answer.
No.
Good answer.
No. And I have a reason for it too.
No, I'm all ears, man. That's why I got you on, man. You're entertainment.
You know exactly what Jimmy G is, and he is a mediocre quarterback. Well, you already have a quarterback right now who is already at a mediocre stage with Drew Lock on your roster as a young guy. So why would you trade a second-round pick away when you can then build out your roster with that second-round pick and get potentially quality talent on your roster instead? So to me, that makes zero sense.
I agree. Now, okay, let's flip the switch. Okay, now are the Niners looking for a specific second rounder? Maybe you throw them a third or a fourth. I know that's really You're
Jimmy?
you're selling low for Jimmy G. I'm just saying, go with me on this one, okay? The Niners traded what 2-1s for him? Okay.
I suppose if it was a third or a fourth, I might consider it.
Uh-huh.
Because then your return on that investment is probably higher. Because there's going to be certain elements of his game that is probably better than Drew Lock's, and he's also familiar with the outside zone run scheme and that style of offense. So I suppose if you went to a third or a fourth, I might consider it as a value trade option for the Broncos to get someone who's probably a slight upgrade above Drew.
Yeah.
But I'm also not sure that he's going to be the type of guy that's going to do the types of things with Drew that you would potentially want. Like, so for example, the one thing I was thinking of is that Aaron might only play another 4 years or 3 years.
Yeah. And actually, I think that 3's tops. He wants to settle down and start, living with Nature Girl.
Yeah, Shailene Woodley, right? So,
Right. Uh-huh.
So from my perspective, I think when you look at Drew Lock, I think that could be a potentially perfect situation for Drew, because if Aaron Rodgers is willing to say, "I have a 3-year plan," and we as the Denver Broncos are willing to work with him and say, "We support that 3-year plan. Let's put a better team around you. Let's build off the offensive line. Let's do those types of things." Well, I would consider then extending Drew Lock. And then work with Aaron to say, okay, you want to do this, we will support you. We're going to keep Drew. He's got an arm kind of like you do, just missing the footwork and the accuracy and stuff. So let's have a yin and a yang relationship here where you work with him and he can kind of spell you if you need a break or whatever the case may be. And let's work together on it. Because that's the one thing that Green Bay never did with Rodgers is Green Bay just basically said, you're doing this and that's that, go to hell. like literally that's what they said, right? And so I think he was disappointed in the fact that the team never treated him as the face of a franchise like he deserves to be treated, because he is that darn good.
Okay, now I gotta ask this as well, because Kel is a Vikings guy. Kubiak is not with the Donkeys unless he has his son there.
His son has come in as a quarterback's coach and an offensive run game coordinator, I think.
That's why I said it's not Gary Kubiak, it's his
Clint,
son Kubiak.
Clint Kubiak. Yeah.
So there you go. There's your question. Kirk Cousins. It's not the father Kubiak, but it is a Kubiak lineage. Okay. Restructure, because again, Kel is a Vikings guy, and that's a damn good question as well. Restructure, possible? Would he come in?
Again, my issue with Kirk Cousins is that he's kind of like what we saw this year from Teddy Bridgewater a little bit. Teddy Bridgewater put out some great stats, but then when you actually looked at his play on the field, generally speaking, overall, it didn't blow you away. But the stats were good, right? So he put up the right passing numbers at the right time, or he made the right plays at the right time and made a reasonable amount of touchdowns and didn't throw that many picks, that kind of stuff. And I find that Kirk is a little bit like that. So, but I want him. He'd certainly be an upgrade over the current quarterbacks we have on the roster. But then the question is, you're spending $25 million, which is a pretty high dollar value for the caliber of quarterback that you're getting overall, in truth, if you're going to be perfectly honest with yourself. And he's never really pushed any one of his teammates in terms of making them look better than they really are.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what my issue is.
Well, wait, this is just for you, though, Richie. You like that! You like that! You like that!
Well, and that's saying a lot, because the thing is that he made RG3 look like a nobody.
Yeah.
So that and that the only thing that's saying is just how bad RG3 was.
Okay. And here's another one, and this is a good question as well. Okay.
No.
Short and sweet there, Goffala. No fucking way. Okay.
No.
Okay. And then let's see what Kel has to say. Cousins is like Marmite. Marmite? What's Marmite?
That's the spread that you put on It's
Like
like
like Vegemite with the
yeah,
in Australia.
yeah.
Okay, because I've heard of Vegemite. I've never heard of Marmite. That's why I asked. I said, is it kind of like that? That's some nasty shit.
Well, you got to remember the Aussies were the British cast-offs that that was the prisons, right? Like they threw
Yeah.
the criminals over to to Australia. So
Oh, you know what that stands for, right? Pommy?
Yeah.
Prisoners of Mother England. That's where they
Yeah,
got
yeah.
the Pommy bastards. See, I know this shit. I'm actually world traveled, man. I actually know some shit.
No, I'm well aware, but that's what I'm saying is that there's a reason why there's so many similarities between cultures and that kind of stuff, right? So
Yeah. I actually, what's the name of that sauce that it's the steak sauce, and I actually like it. It's the British steak sauce. I had it in Hong
HP
Kong.
A1.
HP.
Yeah, it's all over. It's all over Canada.
Right.
It's
It's
all over
better.
Canada.
It's better than A1.
It is.
A1 sucks. HP is good.
Mhm.
HP is good. That's
Yeah.
it. Okay. So then here's the final question. Okay. Who do you want? Now, okay, we already know that you would rather upgrade with Locke. Okay. Now I'm gonna take Rodgers off the table. So we know. Okay, you can say okay if you want Rodgers, you want Rodgers, and then you got Drew Lock. I get that. That's 1A and 1B. But let's just say that that's not possible.
Assuming the trade value is kind of a third, fourth, or even a fifth round pick, I think a guy like Gardner Minshew would be a reasonable option. I also like the possibility of someone like a Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Ooh. Dude, man, give him a fucking wheelchair and let him play. You know.
No, but he's had some some really good fits and spurts in his career, and he's made some good throws, but then he also has the stretch of stinkers that he has every single season that he plays, just because he's kind of one of those YOLO guys that says, well, I'll eventually get that throw, I guess. And so I do like that as an option, but I mean, I think in terms of the middle of the road guy that would probably do really well in that outside zone style, Gardner Minshew probably fits that really well because he's got some mobility to him and he can run a little bit.
And I actually was on with the Philly guys last night, and I was on with the uncensored Philly broadcast because he was in here earlier, and I said Mariota's gone. I said, what would it take for the Raiders to get Gardner Minshew off your roster? And they were talking about Howie Roseman because that's their GM, and they know he's a schmuck. And I was saying, like, I don't want to give up a pick this year because I want to build with what I got this year. I said next year. And the way if Ziegler plays it like Belichick, where you trade back and acquire picks, basically if you acquire a pick next year, and you trade that to the Eagles for Minshew, you basically got him for nothing because it's a next year pick that you acquired. So it's basically kind of like getting him for free. I know you got to pay him, but I'd like to have Gardner Minshew as the backup to Derek Carr. So if you guys don't get him, I think that there's a possibility because they were talking about Jacoby Brissett being the backup to Derek Carr.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay. Who obviously has his dealings with in that organization,
yeah.
And I think he would be good. But I would rather have Gardner Minshew because he's younger. He's more juke worthy, and I think that he would be the positive number 2 for the Raiders. That's who I want. I want Gardner Minshew as the backup, but you got to trade for him.
What I like about him is that he was basically told he couldn't do it, right? Like Minshew, he was basically told he couldn't do it, and he said,
Right.
"Here, hold my beer."
Yeah.
Right. And I like guys like that. I think guys like that have they will continuously attempt to prove themselves, and I want someone like that on my roster and on my team.
Okay. And I lied. I'm going to get you out on this one. Okay. And Zach, I think he's answered it before, but yeah, he likes Drew Lock. I mean, if you give him like you can't have Rodgers, and I don't want fucking Garoppolo, and you got Drew Lock on your roster already, I know Richie likes Drew Lock. He needs work. But I think that's where Hackett is going to help him out.
Right. So I'm going to give a little bit of a longer answer on this one, but I think it's important because I think that some of the internal workings of the Broncos have not necessarily been as well documented within, to the Raiders fan base. So I think it'll help kind of frame my answer a little bit. So what happened in our first year is we had a guy by the name of Rick Scangarello as our offensive coordinator. He ran the outside zone scheme, and he came from the Shanahan tree. That's Kyle Shanahan, Mike Shanahan's dad. So you guys all know Mike Shanahan from his time at the Broncos.
Yeah, we know that motherfucker.
Yeah, he did pretty well against you guys, right? So
yeah.
But so Scangarello came over, and then John Elway, in his infinite wisdom of bringing in the wrong free agent every single time, brought in Joe Flacco to run the outside zone scheme in the Shanahan scheme, and Flacco failed miserably. He looked like crap, and he played like crap, and eventually,
go ahead, sir.
And eventually, what ended up happening was Flacco got hurt, air quotes, and Drew Lock came in and finished the season 4-1. And so it was readily apparent and clear that Drew Lock was made for the outside zone run scheme in the Shanahan outside zone type thing. And then again, Elway, in his infinite wisdom, approved the firing of Rick Scangarello. And the rumors within Broncos country is that Rick Scangarello and John Elway actually got into some arguments over the composition of the offensive line and the team. And anyone who knows anything about any of the internal workings in the Denver Broncos, you don't argue with Elway because you end up not making it. And then we ended up bringing in Pat Shurmur, who was just hot garbage, and that was being generous. But what ends up happening is Pat Shurmur runs a power scheme, and he doesn't run a scheme that was basically becoming of Drew Lock. Well, Drew Lock was always a project quarterback. He always needed polish. He always needed work. And when you put him in a scheme that doesn't fit his skill sets, you're basically sending him on an uphill battle that he can't win, because you're not putting him in a scheme that makes it work. And if I'm going to equate it to anything, think of what you've seen in Buffalo with Josh Allen. So Josh Allen was drafted. They built an offense around him, and he looks like an all-pro, a perennial all-pro all day long, twice on Sundays, right? And, subsequently speaking, when you look at what your offense is there with the Raiders, Derek Carr needs to start going back to the similar offenses that you guys have been running to give him short, quick passes, give him crossers, that kind of stuff, which is why I think he's going to do really, really well with Josh McDaniels, because like Carr and McDaniels' offense are literally a perfect fit. Like they are an absolute perfect fit. But going back to Drew Lock, I think going back to the outside zone will actually allow him to flourish, and I think we'll see some really good stuff.
Okay, and again, Kel, I kept that on there for you. Again, Richie Riche, please remind people, because again, Richie Riche is awesome, and I'm very blessed to have him come in and give his knowledge and tutelage to the show. Even though he wants to eat the mic, I like that. I saw that. Remind people, Richie Riche, where they can find you on YouTube and Twitter and all those good things that you do, sir.
You can find me on MHRT Network on YouTube. I will be on the Tuesday show coming up. All are welcome. We will obviously be focusing on mostly Broncos stuff, but as I always say, we play each other twice a year, and so knowing your enemy is always a good thing, and having more information is always a good thing. So you're always well informed. So we welcome you guys coming in. Several fans of your show join us, from time to time, and we are always cordial. We do not allow nonsense to occur in the chats. It's just we have no tolerance for that. So you're all welcome to join. Again, that's MHRT Network. I'm on the Tuesday shows. And there's some other stuff kind of in the works right now. So, once I have more news on that, I'll come on here and let you guys know.
I know you will, and I will relish that, because again, anything that you do, I'm all supportive of, because you support us and we support you, and the fact that you give fantastic stuff. Okay, there you go. Wait, let me see. Let's see, Raider Zach. Well thought out answer. That does clear it up. Yes, we excited, but there you go. You can't ask for it. People ask, and he gave you a dissertation. What is it? A college thesis, but he backed it up with facts. That's it.
The other thing you guys are going to be needing right now, I think I spoke about it really early on, is with your defensive coordinator, you're going to need some cornerbacks. So I'm actually quite curious. Do you or anyone else in the chat here have any idea about who you guys might want to try to target?
Well, depending upon, and I know what you're saying, but I asked Stu this. Yeah, Stuart Schweigert. I said, Stu, in a 3-4 or 4-3, people say you need a certain type of corner. And Stuart Schweigert, who played football for the Raiders and the Lions, he said, no. The back four, it doesn't matter what the fuck is in front of them. You play what you play, okay? Which is true. Now, this guy is more of a man-to-man corner guy. So he will be looking for that. Now, having said that, he was a man-to-man corner guy, but he also let them play at the very end of the year when he started winning games. He was playing a lot of zone. So it's up to him what he wants.
He played splits where he'd split zone and man. He also played. He loves playing man coverage with his back four. And right now you have about two guys that seem to do okay in man coverage when it kind of came up in the playoffs and in the latter part of the season. Actually, I liked Faison in coverage.
I like Faison.
I like Faison a lot, actually.
Yeah, I like Faison for sure.
Yeah, I liked Faison when I saw him, and he played all right. But in terms of, you need to fill that out, and you really do need like so for example, McDaniels is probably going to take a page out of the Belichick playbook, and Belichick always had that one star corner, right? He always targeted that one star guy on the team. So I'm quite curious to see who that person might be on the Raiders, because I think they're going to target one.
Okay. We definitely replaced our stop swearing Matt Marinovich. Fuck Arnett. Okay, by the way, he also is up on a coke charge now too. Guns and coke. And you know what? I for the longest time I was okay. We did this. I gave him the benefit of the doubt. And
sounds like a Russian party.
By the way, it is a Russian party. And I will say this, and I'm sorry, there is still a Damon Arnett signed jersey in my treasure chest of prizes. I'm not getting rid of that because that's been in there forever. So if you win the Damon Arnett jersey, I'm sorry, I'm not giving you a prize instead of that. Okay, it's still a nice jersey. It's still signed, and maybe you can sell it to an Ohio State person that will do that. I also got a Henry Ruggs signed jersey. I don't want to fucking hear about that as well. Okay, but that is a prize. Now the Ruggs jersey is not a prize yet. Okay, the Ruggs jersey is not a prize yet. But if you win the Damon Arnett jersey, you won the Damon Arnett jersey. It's a Raiders jersey. If you want to use it as a shit cloth to wipe, the polish your car with, that's up to you. Because at the time, it was a great prize, and now it's not. So I'm just saying, okay. And yeah, Xavier Howard for the Dolphins, I'd love for that. That's it. Hey, I'm gonna go, folks. We have Richie Riche on. And we're having a 3-hour show.
I just have one quick comment to one of the responses there. You do not want Jimmy Garoppolo as your backup, because any little error that Carr makes, you're going to have a swath of your fan base, which is going to be pushing for Garoppolo to start over Carr. And it can start dividing a locker room. It is not a good look for your team. I would strongly suggest not pushing for that.
No, I don't want him either. Like I said, I want Gardner Minshew as my backup.
Yeah.
And if I don't get Gardner Minshew, I want Jacoby Brissett. I'm serious. Jacoby Brissett, Gardner Minshew as the backups for the Raiders. And then if you do draft a quarterback this year, if one drops, like I said, the kid out of Nevada, Strong, I'm all for that, okay? then you might not necessarily need that, and you groom them to be the successor. But if you get strong this year, great. If not, you draft one in 23. That's just the way it is. And Ruckus says, "I'll always wear my Rugs jersey. I will sell coke in the. He will sell coke in the. Okay, that's fine. If you and this is also the comment I'm going to say from James Moore. It is in YouTube. I didn't catch it fast enough, so it probably won't make it over here to StreamYard. I will say it for him. It said, "Fuck Jimmy G." Just like just like the one guy say. What was it? And he's actually been at the Blitnikoff events. It's the guy who played in the Allstate commercial, the big black guy in the Allstate commercial, and he played. Yeah, he's a Raiders fan. He's a really good guy. I'll say like, fuck Jobu. You don't do this for me. Fuck Jobu. I say the same thing for fuck Jimmy G. Fuck Jimmy G. Fuck Jimmy G. Fuck Jobu and fuck Jimmy G. There you go. All right.
It's crazy seeing that guy on TV because like the first time I saw that guy was in 24. The show 24 with Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
He was President Palmer right on 24. So it was like it's the weirdest thing seeing continuously on TV selling like insurance. So
that's right. All right, Richie. Again, thanks again. Number 13 jersey is going to explode. That's for sure, especially out in California. Apparently that's like a MS-13. That's why a lot of people won't wear them. But I got a Renfro signed jersey as well. I got a Renfro signed jersey as well. I'm keeping that one. Especially with the way this offense is going to be. I'm fucking keeping that one. Again, this has been Uncensored. Please comment after the show. I know we made a lot of stuff here in the chat. I thank you. I thank everybody that is a brand new member. I was a Big Boy Mario as a new member. I got Mr. Moore as a new member, and I thank you for all the folks that gave me the donations. I thank you. I will get all this shit together. We will have another prize wheel, and I know I haven't done it. I will. The people that were the most valuable members from the shows from last year, I'll have 2 prize wheels, or I'll have 1 prize wheel with all those people, and I'll pick 2 winners because it should be at least them. It'll either be a $20 gift certificate or a really nice prize, which I will show you once I get it out of the. I got it over there. You'll have your choice. It'll be a $20 gift certificate or something that's nicer than a $20 gift certificate. So maybe one of them will be a $20 gift certificate, and the other prize will be this one. Maybe that's what I'll do for 2 prizes. So again, thanks again, folks. Appreciate it, Richie. Again, MHRT Network to find my boy Richie Richey. Okay. And I'm going to go. Thanks again, folks. We will be on. Remember, tomorrow, Sultan Mir, 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific. 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific. Go to the Sultan Mir channel. It is myself. It is Violator. It is Docs. It is Raider Squid. I'm surprised Raider Squid didn't come in here tonight. And it is but he didn't come in though, which I was amazing. Just go over to porn. Yeah, he should be a porn star, man. He has his career after the fucking NFL. That's for sure. He should go to porn. But remember, MHRT Network for Kel Rogers. He put that up. Make sure, and I'm going to put it up as well. Thank you there, Kel, for that. Whoop, I got it there. MHRT Network to find our boy Richie Richey. Sultan Mir tomorrow, 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific. Myself, Violator, Stu, Docs, Raider Squid, maybe some more people. I just know those are the ones I do know. And thanks again for those that are watching over there on Instagram. Please come over to YouTube next time. And for folks watching on Facebook, thanks again. I am out of here. I could go over 3 hours because, again, I'm not on any time limit here. So take care, everybody. We will see you tomorrow. And then, obviously, Sunday, another Ask Captain Jack show. And then I just got roped into Dos. I'm the third Pendejo on Monday. I wanted the night off, but Daniel said I have to go on. So I'm the third Pendejo on Tuesday. And then I got the Captain and Wenches show on Monday. I got the Captain and Wenches show on Tuesday. And then we will have our final show for the NFL Nation Live channel, which go back on that one because Ref Guru delineated the entire breakdown of how the NFL fucked us in the Bengals game. And then I'll have a show on Thursday. And then I might have another show on Friday, uncensored. So I don't get a fucking day off. All you fuckers out there. I love you. I love you. But I'm bitching in a nice way. I'm bitching in a nice. Trust me, if I wanted a night off, I would. But I love doing what I do. So again, thanks again to you. Thanks again, Richie Riche. Appreciate it. Share it up. Put the comments up. And I thank you for being here. Always, always fun hanging out with all you guys. Do it again. We'll do it again for about the next week. At least I know I'll be on for the next week, one way or the other. Take care, guys. We'll see everybody. And remember, here you go, big boy. Thanks again. If you like what you like, put those fucking thumbs up. I appreciate it. And again, share this up to everybody. Share it up to everybody. And it's always a pleasure. Take care, everybody. Good night, everybody.